Today, we're turning the spotlight on the lawbreakers in uniform who thought they could get away with anything, until they were hit with a lawsuit and shown the door. First, watch as this tyrant cop's empire crumbles beneath him, leading to a lawsuit that wipes the smug smile right off his face. In June 20th, 23, Franklin police dispatchers received a 911 call from a local gas station. The caller reported that two young males were being loud in the parking lot, but they later left after being asked to do so.
911, what's the exact location of your emergency?
Hi, I don't mean to waste any of your time or anything like that, but is there any way that you could put me through with Sergeant Phillips? Remember, we asked them to leave. They basically started getting rowdy and stomping their car in the parking lot. I know where the cars leave at too because they like to run their mouth a lot, so I'm pretty sure I have a pretty good indication where they're parked at now.
Okay,
but
what is your name?
We just can't have that here. Sergeant Phillips knows exactly where I am. We're really good friends.
Okay.
The caller then called again to complain about the same young man. The caller said they drove by the gas station again, blasting loud music and flipping him off. They then proceeded to park at another property.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
Hey, I was just on the phone with you. I just got off Phillips. Is there any way you can tell him that this car just literally parked up here without...
Okay, slow down. You didn't just get off the phone with me. I'm a different person. What are this in regards to?
I am so sorry. So I literally just got off the phone with a person. They're blaring music and flipping me off, and they're over here with a valve ring right beside the store.
Several officers were tasked to find the men who had insulted the caller and showed him the middle finger. As the cops were leaving the area, Officer Brown saw two people a few streets away who fit the description, but they were on foot.
What's going on, dude? What's up? What are you guys doing? Okay. You want to hang out here for a second?
Why?
Because I want to talk to you for a second.
Like committed a crime?
Well, I don't know. Where are you coming from?
I don't answer questions.
Huh?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, come here.
Am I being detained?
How old are you?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, come here.
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
What crime have I committed?
Sit down.
What crime have I committed?
You as well. Have a seat.
What's going on here? What's going on?
Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat.
What's going on?
Have a seat.
What crime have I committed?
Okay, so we're investigating a possible crime at Twice Dailies.
Okay.
Where are you guys coming from?
What's the possible crime?
Okay. 453. I'll take a second unit.
Without investigating further, Officer Brown put one of the young men in handcuffs, saying that he was looking into a crime. But until then, no real crime had been reported.
Can you take your hands out of your pockets for me? How old are you?
I don't answer questions.
How old are you?
I don't answer questions.
Cool. Sounds good. We'll wait for my sergeant to show up.
Somewhere to go.
Stop.
I'm always in a hurry. God damn.
Hey, one, two, three, four. Is it four?
Four.
Congrats, you can count.
Three.
I'm glad you
Oh, that's a crime Nick.
I'm glad you did.
That's a crime Nick over there. Old one. I got the 4.6 liter. 2
Bro,
barrel.
why are you handcuffed?
I don't know. I ain't committed no crime.
Why are you being detained?
That's a great question.
What's the issue here?
Well, you tell me why we got a call for you guys.
We were just walking. We didn't do nothing.
For what?
This is a public sidewalk. I ain't committed no crime.
We're on public
Okay.
property and we're walking.
Okay, that's great.
I was trying to
If it's
handcuffs.
determined that you're not the two juveniles we're looking for, you'll be free to go. Okay, but right now we have a call for service.
Yeah, but a call doesn't mean nothing. What have you investigated?
Okay, you're not going to tell me how to do my job and my law.
Well, you're not doing it right because I ain't committed no crime.
How old
That's
are you?
another one.
How old are you?
I don't ask questions.
Okay, good for you. Well, when you're an adult, you talk to me about adult things, but right
I
now,
don't ask questions.
okay, it's not a question, it's a statement. You watch way too much TikTok and YouTube, don't you?
What you talking about? Always wrong to know my rights, I guess.
I'm not questioning, I'm just explaining things, but you're going to be a wise guy. Don't really care.
I guess knowing your rights is being wise.
You asked the question, I tried to answer, but you can be a smart guy, little.
As the young men questioned the officer about the grounds for their detainment and the investigation, the officer started criticizing the man in handcuffs. Shortly afterward, Sergeant Phillips, who was the caller's friend, arrived on the scene.
Where's your car?
I don't ask questions.
You don't answer questions? How old are you?
I don't ask questions.
Looks like a juvenile with me, right?
What crime have I committed?
Oh, you're already in handcuffs. Perfect. How old are you?
I don't ask questions.
All right. There you go. Under arrest.
For what?
suspicion of curfews until we prove who you are.
Suspicion of curfew?
Yeah.
What's that even mean, suspicion of curfew?
Yeah, you look like you're underage.
So if I told you if I was 21, then it'd be okay.
Then I asked for your ID.
But what crime have we committed?
I just answered
It's
that.
not a stop and ID state. Yeah, Tennessee's not a stop and ID. You can't just go to someone and say, oh, you just look a certain way, so we can arrest you.
The officers arrested both young men for breaking Franklin, Tennessee's curfew regulation. On weekdays, the legislation forbids anybody 17 or under from appearing in public between 11 and 5 and 12 to 5 on weekends. However, being legally employed is an exceptional case.
You have anything sharp on
I do
you?
not consent to searches or seizures.
I understand that.
All right, well, you're violating my arrest right now.
Okay, I understand.
You have an ID on you? Okay, good for you. You can answer him at juvenile if you're under age of 18.
We're under arrest for being suspicion
Never said under arrest.
under arrest for being suspicion
Never said under arrest.
Oh.
Did I?
What does it look like to you?
Why are we
Am I free to go?
You tell me, street lawyer.
Are we being detained?
Yes, we're being detained. We have committed no crimes.
Upon examining the men's IDs, the officers realized they were both of legal age. At that point, the cops should have apologized and removed the handcuffs before releasing the individuals. But that's not what happened.
Guess we don't live in America no more. It's a pure tyrannical state. You must obey the government. You are not free to walk the streets.
Sir? What are we doing here, officers? What are we doing here?
We'll let you know. We're the ones that are in charge right now. If you couldn't
That's
tell.
all I'm asking.
Yeah.
They're just good detainers.
Here.
You're wasting my time. I ain't breaking no law.
Take a seat. Take a seat. Take a seat, man.
Let's go. Have a seat next to your friend right here.
Oh, there you
They're
go.
getting physical. They're getting physical.
Listen.
I'm helping you down.
Sorry, man. I got bad legs.
Okay, I'm helping you down, so. Oh my god.
Dude, he's got a hernia. You gotta wash out, bro. You got medical conditions.
Okay. Good for you guys. Yeah.
Somewhere to beat. I'm always in a hurt.
We'll get another full FIM
Just
for the harassment call from there. We can prove they're overage and they can go home.
Oh, so we haven't broken any laws? Is what I'm hearing?
You do realize that while you two guys are screwing around wasting our goddamn time,
I'm not
people
doing
are
nothing.
actually
You came
gonna
up to
help.
us. We was minding our own business.
I just got off a long shift and I'm trying to go for a walk.
Okay, so go home and stop bothering people because
We not bothering
you're
no one.
wasting
We
our
walking down
time.
the
Why do you think
sidewalk.
we're back here? Well, you're not, because your car is illegally parked on somebody's private property that's closed because you were just in your car. You understand how easy to slip in? How you just answer my questions in the first place?
But that's the thing, though. I live in America. I don't have to bow down to everything y'all say. I don't got to do whatever you say. I'm a free citizen. I am breaking no laws. I'm a free citizen.
What are they, teammate?
While the other cops persisted in criticizing the young men, Sergeant Phillips decided to talk with his friend, who had reported the incident involving the two boys.
Are we free to go?
Nope. That's why handcuffs are on you.
They violate no rights.
I feel as though my rights are being infringed upon.
I don't mean to be rude, but like, do you guys have like medical, psychological problems and like
Yeah,
that?
I actually have a hiatal hernia. It's severe.
No, like anything that would like actually make you guys act so strange and
I don't know.
No, I just work a lot, so I like to take
Okay.
walks at night.
okay.
Get outside, you know?
Despite their consistent defense, the officers kept insisting that the two guys had committed a crime. The police completely disregarded the fact that no actual crime was reported. The only things that had been reported were loud music and disruptive behavior.
The real crime is that you're wearing mismatching socks and the fact that you two have been rambling here for the last
Nah, the
15
real crime
minutes.
is that you came over here to detain me when I did nothing wrong.
I'll give you
You
that.
searched me.
The real
I
crime
don't-
is you're
I don't
wasting
consent to
everybody's
searches.
time.
You wasted my time. My time more valuable than your time.
It's not, because
you on
the
the
public-
clock and you violate my
The
rights.
public pays for us to service them, and when you two
Yeah, and you're not servicing no one. Who you
My tax
servicing?
money.
Who are you
pay a lot of
servicing?
tax money working at Costco.
Who are you
Thank you for your
servicing?
It's
service.
still tax money.
Who are you servicing?
America thanks you for your service at Costco.
America doesn't thank you for your service. You a disgrace.
I don't work at Costco.
Well, one of you does. Your little name tag right there.
Little name tag. They got it for little, man.
Well, it is little, so.
Hey, bro, that might be what she says to you. But I know what she said to me.
You know, people at Costco make like
What's his name?
What's your boyfriend? What's his name? What's 60 to 100K a year at Costco? You know they make like 60 to 100K a year at Costco if you're there for a while.
Well, money's not the point. The point is that we're here. Let's hear that.
Well, you talk about that taxpayer money.
They're servicing the public. Fire department's going to a call right now.
Yeah, and you know why no one hates the fire department?
You are
The fire
too
department
stupid to make adult decisions.
To walk up the side of the walking on the sidewalk is not illegal. Is that not an adult's decision to make? As adults, we don't have the decision to make the walk on the sidewalk. I guess being a free citizen is no longer a thing. Seems like we in a kind of tyrannical state right now, since we in handcuffs are walking on the side of the road. Do you have body camera?
I don't answer questions.
No, but you got to.
I don't answer questions.
Nah, you got to. Name and badge number? Name and badge number? Is it not in your policy?
No, you have to do it now.
Okay, so you're violating two of our rights and you not following policy. Is that what I'm heard?
Incorrect.
Meanwhile, Sergeant Phillips was unable to meet with his friend at the gas station as he was not around, so he inquired with an employee about the details of the car's drivers and what exactly happened.
Do you want them trespassed from here? Okay. If they're harassing y'all, they're up here, they're street lawyers and don't understand why we're getting out with them and why they have to ID themselves, and they just parked at the business back here that's closed. And
yeah, I was in the bathroom. Tyler told me they've been here for about an hour, so I went over there and I told them they need to get their gas. This isn't a hangout spot, and they need to leave. And they started calling obscene names.
fair enough. Figured when I was up here heating up my food, they spend about 5-10 minutes on the candy aisle, so I figured they're either trying to buy beer or trying to buy smokes and weren't old enough.
Oh, they weren't getting it.
They look like they're about 16.
They weren't getting it anyway.
Alrighty.
After searching their car and finding no evidence against them, Sergeant Phillips eventually freed the men, saying that since they were of legal age, they could not be arrested under Franklin, Tennessee regulation.
We'll cut you out of here because we now know that you're not out after curfew, but you are banned from the dailies. You over harassing the clerk. That's the reason we got out with you as well. Because he asked you to leave and you gave him a bunch of lip and stuff like that. Oh, any other questions?
No, sir.
How about you?
Name and badge number?
Phillips?
All right, you have a good night.
All right, you dismissed.
Wishful thinking.
Freaking fry. Yeah.
Oh, that looked bones.
Despite the clear violation of civil rights, the harsh truth is that proving damages may be challenging. The young guys were held and handcuffed for about 30 minutes, but without concrete evidence or significant harm, their chances of obtaining compensation were slim. However, sometimes police officers evade consequences after violating citizens' rights.
You're in public.
You're standing inches from me. You are the sheriff of this county. You took an oath to uphold the Constitution.
I told you what
You're not going to have a civil conversation?
Veteran First Amendment auditor Sean Paul Reyes decided to conduct an audit of the Limestone County Sheriff's Office. As he was filming the outskirts of the building, a deputy rolled over, trying to intimidate him.
Who are you? And your name? I'm sorry? I can't hear you.
What are you doing?
I'm just taking some pictures and video of the facility.
Why?
For my own personal use. What are you doing?
A guy out here trying to film the jail.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, I was going to go to lunch.
You were going to go to lunch? Don't let me stop you.
You're not stopping me.
Yeah, you're not detained, or you're free to go to get your lunch. There's... Okay.
The deputy didn't have much to say, but it was obvious that he didn't like being filmed. Moments later, he returned to Sean, his attitude taking a nosedive.
I'm sorry, sir, I can't hear you. Your truck is very loud.
You don't have my permission to use my likeness in your film.
I don't have your permission to use your likeness?
Yeah, you're not using my image on your film.
Well, we're in public. You have security cameras
What's your
here.
name?
Well, my name is Sean.
Sean what?
Just Sean.
Sean, you gotta have a last name.
Just Sean, sir.
My attorney's gonna need it.
Your attorney's gonna need it? I'm sure he'll find me.
Not on your camera, I'm not.
You are in public. This is a public place. We're in public. You have security cameras here filming me.
What I'm saying is I don't know what you're doing.
I would appreciate it if you backed away from me. I would appreciate that. Just back away.
But what I can say,
I would appreciate it if you backed away from me.
you're in public.
You're standing inches from me. Back away.
You're in public.
Back away, officer. De-escalate. Get back in your truck and go have your lunch. Go enjoy your lunch. This is not what you want to do.
What's the name of your YouTube page?
I wonder why these tyrants are so against transparency when there's nothing illegal or suspicious about it. The deputy's petty behavior escalated as Sean tried to de-escalate the situation.
You want to go to lunch. That's what you want to do. You don't want to do this. There's no reason for it. You thought you were going to intimidate me coming up on me like that. Didn't work, did it? Didn't back up an inch. Now please back up and de-escalate. Or go get your supervisor. Can you call a supervisor? Because this guy is trying to intimidate me. You intimidate those guys in there. You ain't going to intimidate me. You intimidate them because they're in handcuffs and they're in cells. I'm not either one of those right now.
Sean had yet to meet an officer here who wouldn't escalate and take things by the law. As he attempted to enter the lobby, resistance greeted him once more.
Absolutely disgusting.
You cannot video inside.
This is a public lobby.
Do not videotape in the building.
I'm here to get a complaint form since you don't want to take my complaint.
Complaint form is right down here at dispatch.
This is not a public lobby?
If you need a complaint form, go to dispatch.
Okay,
That's
but
where
this
you
is a
pick
public
that up
lobby,
at.
correct? I don't consent to using my likeness on your security camera footage. Just so you know. So this is just the visitor center, guys. We're not going to be intimidated by these tyrants. Hey, Sergeant. Right.
Something wrong or?
Sergeant Moore, no, it was just, my name is Sean. I'm an independent journalist. I'm just taking some B-roll footage of the facility here. I'm working on a story, the county facility here. And while I was doing that, some correctional officers approached me. One in particular, he got in my face, tried to intimidate me. And, you know, I just wanted to file a complaint against that correctional officer.
Okay, you'll have to say that with their supervisor. I'm a patrol sergeant.
Right.
It's going to be a...
Right, the supervisor just ignored me. He saw it happen. Like I said, he got like right in my face, like inches from my face.
Okay. Which supervisor did you speak to with corrections?
I believe it was Sergeant Smith.
Sergeant Smith?
Sean talked to this deputy, who was much more cordial and was willing to listen at least. As directed, he went outside to look for a complaint form, but was stunned by the receptionist's answer.
We don't have complaint forms. You can talk to somebody and file a complaint.
Right, so there's no form that exists to file a complaint against a correctional officer?
Not at my office, no.
Not at your office?
No.
Where is the main sheriff's department?
So this is the main sheriff's department. The front office is just around the front.
I find it really just mind-boggling that there's not a form.
So the complaint starts if you have an issue with a deputy or a corrections officer, you talk to their supervisor, you go over with them, and then if there's anything to the complaint, the supervisor will then do a written counseling with the person you have the complaint on if there is any kind of violation of policy.
Right.
So there's not a form that I know of for you to fill out. However, when you speak to the supervisor, if there was a violation of policy or some kind of unethical conduct, the supervisor can then do a written counseling or a written disciplinary with the person, and it goes in their personnel file.
Are you with the Limestone County Sheriff's Office?
Yes, sir.
Just a quick question for you.
Okay.
I was told that there doesn't exist complaint forms to file a complaint against a deputy or a correctional officer in this case. Do you know that
not a form?
Like a form, like a complaint form, like somebody comes into the sheriff's department and says, hey, I want to file a complaint against deputy so-and-so.
Sure.
You just speak to a supervisor, there's no form you fill out?
Yeah, so not that I know, there's not, because I'm just patrol deputy.
Okay.
If you do want to make a complaint, you can just call up here Monday through Friday and report it to our captain.
Okay,
Captain
just
Gray.
mind-boggling to me. That I've been to police departments all across the country, and everybody
Yes,
has a complaint form. So,
there could be one, but
right?
not to my
No, but your sergeant told me there wasn't one, so
Okay.
I'm going to take his word for
Yes,
it.
sir.
Tyrant deputies who can't handle a camera. No complaint forms in sight. Just when you think this department can't get any worse, the sheriff shows up and reveals why all the deputies have been acting so bizarrely.
Hey, Josh.
You requested to talk with me?
Yes.
The sheriff?
Yes, sir. I would love to speak to you.
So you got a complaint?
Yeah, so I was out here just taking some pictures and video. I was very cordial to everybody who came into contact with me, and an officer Rupp said, "What are you doing?" I told him what I was doing. I was taking some pictures and video. I told him my name is Sean. I don't provide any other identifying information other than that, but Officer Rupp became very aggressive, got out of his vehicle. He was supposed to go to lunch. He says, "Hey, I'm going to lunch." I said, "All right, so go to lunch. Have a nice lunch, officer." He gets right into my face, literally an inch from my face, inches from my face. I'm not here to harass anybody. I'm not here to try and do anything criminal in nature. I'm here to exercise my rights.
Yeah, can you show me the video of what happened?
Sure, I can show you the video, no problem. I can show it to you.
Real quick and I'll discuss it.
Okay, I'll show it to you. Hold on.
The sheriff demands to see the video, and just when Sean thinks he might get a fair solution, the sheriff drops a hilariously absurd remark.
Here's the deal, man. You're welcome to film and do everything. All right. I know what you're here for. You may get some reaction out of people. I'm gonna go talk to them and let them know that you can be here and you can do this. It's just part of it. But as long as you don't start harassing no one or sticking it up anybody's face, I don't care, man. You're welcome to be here. So,
Right. So, but what do you?
Talk with him.
Right. So I'm not looking for anybody to harass me. I'm not
Then what are
looking
you
for
doing?
anybody to intimidate me.
But are you trying? You're trying to provoke a reaction out of people. So
Well,
that
you
can
just
share it on
watched.
YouTube.
You just watched the video.
But he didn't do anything illegal, did he?
It's very concerning that you're the sheriff of this county, and
can say
you
what
don't.
you want,
You
but
could
my
say
employee
he
simply-
didn't do anything illegal.
He didn't.
He didn't do anything illegal. Well, I would consider it harassment, so I would consider it illegal. I would
Here's the
consider it
deal.
illegal. If
You
I
can
did
be
that to
here.
you, if I walked
Okay,
up to
listen to
you,
me.
so if it's not illegal, I can walk up to you and
You want to
get in
listen
your
to me, or
face,
do you
right?
want to stand? Yeah, you don't bother me, but you're not going to do to other people.
Okay, but I
like
didn't
I'm
do it to
saying,
he
listen
came up
me.
to me. You saw the video,
I will
Sheriff.
go and I will talk to him.
But you
and
saw
let
the
him
video.
know
I was nowhere near him.
You're free to be out here, film, record, take pictures, whatever you want to do.
Right.
If you get a provoked reaction out of what you're trying to look for, you can't go complaining. But he didn't do anything legal. I will address it with him. But other than that,
But what
like I
about
said,
what about
you can be here
recording?
as long
Is
as you
what about
start annoying
recording is
people.
provoking anybody, Sheriff?
Huh?
Just recording in and of
So what
itself
is
is
your
not
goal
provoking.
right here today?
My goal is to peacefully exercise my rights and to see how our public servants, including yourself,
To
Sheriff.
see if you can provoke.
No.
something.
To see how they react to us
Like I said,
engaging
you
in
are
a
free to be
constitutionally
here,
protected
okay?
activity. It's
And I
scary
will
to me.
talk
You
to
took
my
an
employees
oath.
and let them
You are the
know.
sheriff of this county. You took an oath to uphold the Constitution.
I've told you what
You're
I
not
said.
going to have a civil conversation because one of your.
Civil, you're just
It
being
is.
argumentative.
I'm not being
doing that.
argumentative. You're
Have a good
saying
day.
that I'm here
Have a good
provoking
day.
people, but you're not taking accountability for your officers who tried to provoke me and intimidate me. Shameless behavior, Sheriff.
The sheriff's attitude was concerning, and if he is like this, you can't expect the low-ranked officers to behave differently. Dejected by this, Sean left the department and concluded his audit. He plans to file a complaint against the sheriff and the department, hoping karma catches up with them soon. Next, see how another officer's power trip ends in disaster when he comes across a knowledgeable auditor.
I'm on the side of the road, legally parked, with a sign which is protected by the First Amendment. So you can, I'm disrupting nothing. I'm gonna do it right here where I'm at. Oh, I'm not?
I have drivers coming up to me telling me that you're jumping out in traffic.
Because apparently they're erroneous. I don't give a what somebody else says. What did you witness? Nothing of the sort. So keep your to yourself.
You wanted our attention, you got it. I mean,
I don't want your attention. Go the away, road pirate.
You wanted our attention.
Go away, road pirates. You keep saying jumping in traffic. When did you witness this offense?
Don't come towards me.
Don't you came to me. You came to me. You came to me. You came to me.
Just to tell me that you're jumping out in front of them with the sign.
So they want to lick your boots. Let them.
Trooper Nicholas Gallo and Corporal Stephen Douglas had no basis to detain Jonathan, and that was when they decided to operate disdainful strategy aimed at provoking him.
Don't put your hands on me. Do not give me my property back. You piece of give me my property back. You see this? You tyrant piece of you tyrant. What are your badge number.
Step back, okay?
No,
Don't walk up
no,
on me
you
like
stole
that.
my property.
Did you see anything in my hands?
You
stole your
piece
property.
of
Have a nice day.
The tyrant cops forcibly snatched the cardboard from the poor guy and even tried to lie about it. Jonathan couldn't do anything but record their actions as they made their way off. However, the story was not over yet, as some hours later, the same officers pulled Jonathan over when he was in his car.
The reason I stopped you is you had your hand out the window with.
So what?
Finger.
So what? It's constitutionally protected speech.
Is there a reason why you're doing that? Is there a reason why you're doing that?
You're stopping me for constitutionally protected speech, right?
Because you had your hand out the window.
This is what I did. You got a problem with that?
Sir, listen to me. Listen to me.
No, no, no.
All right, listen.
Go away.
Disorderly conduct.
No, it is not.
That is disorderly
That
conduct.
is called
If you were doing it
freedom
out in the
of speech.
If you were out in the public,
no,
you are out in the public and people see you.
No, it is not.
Here's what's going to happen.
No.
License, please.
No.
Here's what's going to happen.
I want your supervisor, please.
I am the supervisor. I am the supervisor.
License,
And that's why
please.
I'm here.
I'm going to reach into my pocket and get my license.
You're fine.
And I'm going to take you to court.
But here's what I'm saying. Take it to court. That's what I want you to do. That's what I want you. I want you to take it to court.
So, but before we go any farther, you're pulling me over for what?
Because you
disorderly conduct.
You had your finger
Disorderly
out
conduct.
Now,
What?
here's what's about to happen. You're about to be arrested again for resisting arrest.
No, I'm not.
This time, the reason was even more shocking. Douglas was also joined in by a sergeant who was only making matters worse. He continued to threaten Jonathan, and it was evident that both the officers had no understanding of the law.
Yeah. Right now you're being detained.
For what?
You're being detained.
I told you why I stopped you already, sir.
For putting my middle finger up. That's correct?
No,
Correct.
No,
exactly.
Right. You extended your arm out the window.
No, I had my middle finger out the window.
Okay, let me get your ID.
You had your middle finger out the window. Okay, yes.
We're going to take you in. We're going to tow the car, and we'll call social services for the kid.
Oh, so now you're threatening. Now you're threatening my child.
No, it's not a threat. It's a promise.
You're threatening my child now.
I'm telling you what's going to happen.
However, if this wasn't depressing enough, let's hear a call that Trooper Douglas had made moments before pulling Jonathan over.
He stuck his middle finger out of the road, out of the window. Okay. What's that? What's that? We could lock him up for disorderly conduct. He probably won't go anywhere. Nah, what's isn't it like a improper hand signal or something? Charge? No, I mean like if you stick your feet, I'm telling you, if you put your arm out the road, your hand out the road, and you're like with a middle finger, you could. That's like a, isn't that? I'm pretty sure. You sure about that?
Trooper Douglas had no idea about the law and had to call another fellow officer to inquire about potential charges against Jonathan, despite being confronted with the truth that Jonathan hadn't broken any laws. The petty trooper refused to give in.
Took his arm out the window with his middle finger. Okay. And he was driving by like, oh, game on.
I mean, he pulled him over for what? Like giving him the middle finger?
Yeah, for giving him middle finger. So,
yeah, you can't do that. That'll get dropped.
Yeah, it's going to get thrown. I told him that's going to get thrown out. But it's just going, it's going to cause the problem. He's going to mess up eventually. He's going to do something really stupid. And then we are going to be able to really lock him up.
Something stupid like, park in the roadway.
Right.
Something like that that'll fly. Unfortunately, I mean, you can't. We can't pull people over. We can't write us tickets for telling us to fuck off or giving us the middle finger and stuff like that. That's their right to do so.
It's appalling to see how inflating the ego of a police officer can be, as they can be heard planning to arrest him later.
But all right, I'll do some more work up on this guy, and I'll pass it on.
And then number two, we have no real basis to write him. It's going to get thrown out. That it's going to get thrown out. The hand gesture thing, it's not. It doesn't count for finger, for fingers, middle fingers. So. It doesn't count for sticking your hand out and doing middle fingers. No. Okay. Nope. All right. Well, at least it's inconvenient for you guys. Right. So now, so he's going to do something stupid one day where we are going to be able to lock him up for disorderly conduct, and I just wish we had the witness and even had it on video.
Well, the troopers did charge him for improper use of a hand signal. As expected, the charge didn't stand and was eventually dropped. However, the troopers soon saw themselves in hot waters as Jonathan filed a lawsuit against the 3 officers involved in the scene. The officers later decided to settle the case with Jonathan and ended up paying $50,000 in compensation. Well, this wasn't the first time cops acted outside the boundaries of the law and got served with a lawsuit.
I should get to work, is that what you're telling me?
If you're busy.
In July 2021, First Amendment auditor Sean Paul Reyes was conducting a First Amendment audit at the Bradley International Airport when State Trooper Lavoy approached him and demanded his ID.
As long as you don't film the x-ray screens, because that's all sensitive.
Okay.
And impede the operation, you're fine.
Yeah. No, I'm just an independent journalist gathering content for a story.
I think you're well within your rights. I think you know all of them.
Good morning, how are you, sir?
State Police. How are you doing today?
How you doing, Trooper?
Good. I'm here to find out what your business here is at the airport today.
Nothing. Just gathering content for a story. I'm an independent journalist.
Oh, great. Do you have your ID on you?
I'm not going to provide you with my ID, Trooper.
By a state trooper for your ID, you're going to have to provide this.
This Connecticut, sir, is not a stop and ID state, and unless you have reasonable, articulable suspicion, I've committed.
I'm about to do that. I'm not here to get a legal advice from you.
Yeah.
I'm asking legally. An order from a state trooper to provide me your ID. You're causing alarm at the airport. Multiple people have come up to us asking what you're doing.
There's a TSA supervisor who just told me I was well within my rights. Please? Sir, let's
Put your hands behind your back, please.
I'm going.
Put your hands behind your back, please.
The state trooper wasted no time in detaining Sean as he failed to provide identification. Well, Sean wasn't legally obliged to provide one as the officer had no reasonable, articulable suspicion to demand one. Shortly after, the officer also took his phone and proceeded to handcuff him.
I'm not going to cause any alarm.
Last answer.
I don't have any. I'm not going to put any. I don't even have any ID on me, sir.
That's going to be it. Okay.
I can give you my name and date of birth if you'd like. Do you have your body camera on, sir?
581.
Gathering content for a story.
Okay.
I have not broken any laws.
No one said that you did. You're not under arrest right now. You're being detained.
But why are you detaining?
You're interfering with my investigation.
Sir, you need to have reasonable, articulable suspicion.
I'm articulating that to you right now, that you're causing a disturbance at the airport.
No, I'm not. But
yes, you are.
Gathering content. I'm an independent journalist, sir.
You need to stop trying to teach me
Why
legal.
Are you shaking? I'm not going to hurt you.
You need to stop and listen to me. I'm trying to identify you because you're causing a disturbance at the airport. You refuse to provide me your ID. You're clearly doing this on purpose.
I'm not.
So we're going to go through the books.
I'm gathering content for a story. I told everybody I'm an independent journalist. SEAN.
Yep.
PAUL. One word. Can I get your supervisor here, Lavoy? One. Under threat of arrest, I'm providing you that information.
It's not a threat. It's me telling you what has to happen.
Can I speak to your supervisor, Lavoy?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
It appeared as if the trooper was struggling to control his emotions as his voice was cracking and his hands were shaking. On the other hand, Sean remained steadfast and waited for a supervisor to arrive.
I'm not here to.
No, you can go back. You can do that with your supervisor. I'm here. If whatever you need me to do, that you feel that you're going to arrest me over, I will comply with that.
Mr. Reyes.
Yes.
There was no need for you to be handcuffed. You made it this way. You put yourself in this situation. Absolutely not. Not until my backup arrives.
But why are you shaking? I'm not a threat to you,
I'm not shaking.
Sir. I'm not a threat to you.
You're detained right now. You're my responsibility. If you fall over, you're my responsibility. You're saying that, but I don't know that. I don't know that you're not a threat to anything here at the airport.
Sir, the way the world works, you can't handcuff people because you don't know if they're a threat or not, sir. That's dangerous that you're acting like this, really. Sir, are you a supervisor, sir?
I am not.
Can I get a supervisor here? My rights are being violated.
We're working on that.
Why are they being violated? Because I'm in cuffs and I haven't broken any laws, sir. Sir? Sir, there is, as you know, an unlawful detainment. This is you know what that's going to happen, right?
Sean kept trying to explain his point to the trooper, but he remained unwilling to listen. Minutes passed as Sean stood handcuffed, waiting for a supervisor who was taking ages to arrive.
See, the problem is you think you're above the law, and you think you're above.
Absolutely
you think
not.
You're above a citizen.
Now you're projecting your thoughts because I'm in uniform. So
No.
Because I'm in uniform.
I'm assuming because you put me in cuffs.
Yeah, you're detained. That's 100% right. For failure to comply.
An unlawful detainment. De-escalation. If you do a little bit of de-escalation, things might go a little bit better for you and anybody else.
You could have too.
All I did was tell you I want to invoke my right. Is this a supervisor?
No.
Come on, man. Can I get a supervisor here? He's gonna explain to you guys to release me immediately. I haven't broken any laws. This is insane. You can't. Just because you have trust issues, that doesn't mean you can put free citizens.
We have trust issues.
You can't put free citizens in handcuffs.
It's the nature of our job.
This is an unlawful detainment. And when the supervisor gets here, he's going to let you guys both know that, and he's going to tell you to release me.
We're going to release you as soon as we're able to do that. I'm not keeping you detained just because I feel like I want to. You understand that, right?
I don't comply with unlawful orders. And that's just my right as a citizen to not comply with it. You might think it's a lawful order, but it's not. It's not. It's not.
After minutes of waiting, the supervisor finally arrived on the scene, and Sean narrated to him what had happened, hoping for a quick resolution.
Sergeant Drummond. Yes. Sergeant Drummond, I would like to be released immediately from this unlawful detainment. I have not broken any laws. Your trooper did not have any reasonable articulable suspicion to identify me or in any way. I talked to supervisor from the TSA, Brett Kavanaugh. He told me that I have every right to film the security checkpoint. This is a public building. I'm an independent journalist. He's violating my First Amendment right of freedom of press. And like I said, I would like to be released from these handcuffs. Okay. And he turned off my phone. Just, I would like to be released from these handcuffs immediately. I have not broken any laws, sir.
Okay. All right, why were you videotaping? Just out of curiosity.
Same thing I told your trooper. I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story.
Okay.
I'm not going to divulge until the story is published. Now I guess the story has changed to an unlawful detainment by your officer, by your trooper, sorry. And like I said, the longer I'm in here, the longer you guys are violating my rights. So I would, as a supervisor, I would advise you to do the right thing here, sir, and have me undetained.
The supervisor listened calmly to Sean and ended up making the correct decision in no time. The supervisor did an excellent job in de-escalating the situation. On the other hand, Trooper Lavoie was furious seeing that Sean was being let go without any warning. It became apparent that the trooper could benefit from a better understanding of the law. Sean didn't end the matter there as he went over to file a complaint against Trooper Lavoie. However, as he tried to do so, he faced resistance from Sergeant Brian Fahey.
How you doing, Sergeant?
You're videotaping me?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I don't want to talk to you then. If you want to videotape me, then if you want to talk to me like a man, we can chat.
But what about you guys wear body cameras here? What's the difference?
I don't have a body camera.
I understand that. Can I get your name, Sergeant?
Yeah, Brian Fahey.
Brian Fahey. Yeah. So there's a serious civil rights violation going on here. So as I was explaining to your other trooper, I'm a journalist, independent journalist working on a story. Okay. And I was gathering content for that story at the Bradley Airport. TSA became concerned about me filming. Okay. A supervisor came over. The first person who was concerned called the supervisor. Supervisor said, you have every right to film. It's not an issue. I know your rights. You know your rights. Continue what you're doing. One of your troopers out of Bradley Airport, Trooper...
How can I help you today with pistol permits? Can I help you today with pistol permits?
Why would I don't need help with pistol permits. I need help with a civil rights violation, as I just told you, sir.
But you can contact our Internal Affairs Department. It's online, or there's a phone number.
Sergeant Fahey's demeanor seemed stern from the beginning, and he wasn't in the mood to grant Sean any favors. However, this demeanor was about to get even worse.
You're a supervisor.
I'm a supervisor in charge of special licensing and firearms, so all these people that are in line in 529 gun dealers in the state of Connecticut, that's what we're dealing with. There's an outlet for you to make your complaint.
There's a civil rights violation.
But there's an outlet for you to make your complaint, and you can make that. We've given you it.
Why are you guys acting like this? I'm trying to make a serious civil rights.
What? I don't know what you... I can't help you with your complaint today. Yep.
Can you get me that address?
Sure. 294 North Colony Road.
294 North Colony Road.
Yep.
Building what again?
I think it's building 11. I'm not sure exactly. You're going to go... when you come into the complex, the forensic laboratory is going to be on your left. You're going to take a right. There's an island. It's the last building on the right.
And that's where they're located.
You have your outlet to make your complaint. We give you plenty of outlets to make your complaint.
Yeah.
And we've offered them all to you. You have the paperwork, right, to make your complaint?
Yeah, they just gave me the complaint.
Okay. Yeah. You can go right ahead. Go right ahead, sir.
But this is part of a thing that I'm going to fill this out, but I want to speak with somebody who can help me.
Okay, well then you can call IA, or you can go there, and if they have time to speak to you, they'll speak to you. But you have your outlet. You can go online and you can get the phone numbers.
Yeah.
You've given. We want to entertain your complaint through the proper channels. You want to make a complaint?
Yeah, which is through Internal Affairs.
Yep.
It's the proper channels.
Yep.
I will go speak to them personally.
Have a great day.
You too.
Nice talking to you.
The sergeant claimed that he couldn't deal with his problem at the moment as he was extremely busy. However, the sergeant wasn't enjoying Sean filming the area, and in a matter of seconds, he completely lost his calm and did this.
You're all set here?
Excuse me?
Are you all set here?
Well, yeah, there's nothing else obviously you can help me out with at this point.
Okay, so you're all set. So you're going to go to IA right now, correct?
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right.
I'm going to be going.
Okay.
I'm going to be going.
Okay. So you're gonna stand here with your cell phone.
I thought you were busy. I thought you were a busy man.
I am busy.
So you should get to work.
I should get to work. Is that what you're telling me?
If you're busy.
His body camera's on. His body camera's on. Stop. He has his body camera on.
I don't care.
Stop,
I don't
man.
care. Right?
I'm gonna.
This is private property. Okay?
I'm not doing anything.
You're not going to videotape me and have an attitude with me.
I'll get
but
off
I'm going
of
to
it.
tell you what right now, dude. I'm not the one.
All right.
Okay? I gave you the information you needed, and I gave you your outlet. Right? You were giving your outlet. No, you wanted to stand there and hold your cell phone in my face. Is what you wanted to do. Yes, you do. Take your cell phone and go and make your complaint. Okay?
Okay. Can I grab my cell phone?
Stay right here.
I'll get it for you.
The sergeant made a huge mistake as he forcibly removed Sean from the premises of the building and even dropped his phone in the process of doing so. Later, Internal Affairs claimed that Trooper Lavoie was acting within the law when he detained Sean, and the department also proceeded to clear Sergeant Fahey of any wrongdoing. However, Sean ended up filing a lawsuit against the city, Trooper Lavoie, and Sergeant Fahey. The lawsuit is still in progress, and there's no update from Sean regarding its progress as of now. Well, these officers were corrupt for sure, but they pale in comparison to what these cops did next.
I'm gonna sit
On August 25, 2019, the Worcester Police Department responded to a custody dispute where a Bible Baptist church was located. The dispute involved the pastor, Rizzuti Sr.'s daughter, Rachel Rizzuti, who allegedly had not returned her 11-year-old daughter to the girl's father. As the cops arrived on the scene, they were met by a hostile reception by the pastor.
Who are you? Who are you? Why don't you go inside? You have nothing involved. Go inside.
That's my daughter. So
Okay.
Yeah, I do have a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You know,
maybe you don't.
this has nothing to do with you.
How's that? Pirate. Pirate. Don't tell me. What is your
You done yelling? You done yelling?
Are you done yelling? Acting like a big shot?
We're all set here. You can go inside.
No, you go on.
You're not going to tell me what to do. You can go inside. You're about to be arrested for disturbing the peace.
Here, tyrant. Let's get him. Look at him.
The pastor called the officer a tyrant multiple times, and that seemed to rile up the cop, which led to a series of regrettable events that should never have happened.
Oh my God. Yeah, he's a son of a... Get out of my stuff! Hey, get out of this stuff! Hey, you just punched the woman! She's pregnant! What's wrong with you? I'm gonna sit. Sit down. Are you on? It's I'm okay. Stop, Papa. She's pregnant! Joe, stop. Just stop. We're in the church. What's wrong with you people? These guys are tyrants. Stay on the ground now. You stop threatening me. I want a supervisor. I want a supervisor. I want a supervisor. I want a supervisor.
The cops tased and brutally arrested Rizzuti Sr. However, the cops were not done with the arrests, as they also proceeded to apprehend Rizzuti Jr. and his wife, Carissa. The cops' actions reached a troubling point when they put Carissa Rizzuti on the ground, which agitated her family given that she was pregnant at that point.
Let go of me! What's wrong with you? He's a tyrant! I'm resisting you! For him, you psycho! Get on the ground! You're psycho! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! You're psycho! Stop moving! Let's go of him! You're hurting me! What are you doing? Stop it! You stop it! Nothing! Are you thinking of a dog? Stop yelling! Stop yelling! Relax! Let go of me! You're hurting my wrist! Papa Bianca! Yeah. Everybody, get this stuff. All because they're trying to bully one of our church members and steal their child. Oh, will they? That's not how it works. We'll see. Stop touching me! Stop moving. You stop touching me!
Temptation. We're good enough cuts now. Make sure my wife gets checked out. She's pregnant and this cop tackled her. Hey, supervisor. I want to supervisor. What's this cop's name? No, this is the one. Stop making me a rock!
The cops' actions at this point were nothing short of brutally appalling. The officers then proceeded to take Rizzuti Sr. and his son outside of the church. The pastor was frustrated at this point, and rightly so. The cops even proceeded to arrest and take away pregnant Teresa Rizzuti.
You don't care what I say.
You're under arrest. We're going to search you.
Get away from me. Okay? You get away from me.
No,
this guy was assaulted.
All right?
I'm your arrest.
Yeah.
Oh, am I?
We have a paramedic to check you out.
You get away from me. You've already assaulted me. Assaulted me, tased me. Laying in the back of my church, this guy. Imagine that.
And you wouldn't calm down. He comes causing a scene, then he ran you. Where'd you get, where you got tased? I have no idea. He got tased right in the middle back here.
Can I just look at it? Is that all right?
Relax. I got to check you out. Right here. They just need a card for the other guy?
Yeah. I don't even. Do you have his name or anything?
I didn't get the other guy's name, though.
I was literally so caught off guard by everything that happened that I wasn't. I was like, I mean, it was crazy. My mom's the one right there with the glasses on.
All right, guys, we're good.
Mom,
Thank you.
They're gonna tell you, you're going to the police station. You gotta bail us out. You got Joe's credit card. I'm getting arrested you.
I'll write it all down.
Next, this tyrant completely crossed every limit as he went hands-on with this innocent guy.
Hey, stay in the truck. Stay in the truck and shut the door. If I have to ask you again, you're going to jail.
Suddenly, the officer ordered another officer to take Tyler from the truck after determining that a ticket wasn't enough.
Hey, he's being, have him step out and sit on my car.
The events that unfolded next were extremely shocking and horrifying, leaving everyone stunned. What began as a routine traffic stop for a seatbelt violation soon turned into a terrifying scene.
Hey, 95, I'm done with it. 95. You ain't listened since I pulled you over. Go down. I got him. I'm on top. Put your hands behind your back. Watch out. I'm gonna tase him. I'm good. Real smart. I just wanted y'all to get 10, 95. I understand that, but we tell you, I wanted you to get a knife off of me so you wouldn't. No, because you don't listen. That's the problem, because you don't listen. Right, you man. Turn around. And I was trying to get it off of me. Hey, get this on video, please.
Tyler realized that he had a pocket in his pocket after getting out of the truck. To de-escalate the situation, he informed the police right away. Instead, he was forcibly pushed to the ground and tased by the tyrant cop.
No, you're right. You sure do, because you don't listen. I'm gonna give you one ticket and a warning for the other, but you can't follow directions. I'm trying to get you to get a knife off of me. No. Over me trying to get you to get a knife out of my pocket. You beat my. Stop. Right, come on. Talk to me like a man, bro. Talk to me like a man. Y'all the biggest gang in town. We the cap. Have a seat. Don't even mess with her anymore. I'm not. Why y'all gotta be a gang? Why y'all gotta be thugs, bro? Why can't you listen? Why y'all gotta be thugs? Why can't you listen? I asked you.
Hey, brother, I asked you to not. You asked if I had any weapons. Can you shut up? Can you shut up?
The situation took another unsettling turn when the officer approached Tyler's wife, who had been recording the entire encounter. The cops started to bully and threaten her instead of handling the matter properly.
Friend,
No, that is my husband.
your husband has really bad listening problems.
Yeah, that's because you.
So
you
he's going
won't
to catch
stop messing with him. That's okay.
What's his? I don't even know the guy.
His name's Tyler, but
So,
you've done this to him several different.
Well,
this isn't the first.
here's
time
the deal. If he'd stop giving me a reason to stop him, he wouldn't get pulled over. I don't even recognize him.
Okay, well.
I stop hundreds of cars a
That's
year.
okay, but
so.
did you give him a seatbelt ticket?
I was working on it, but he won't
but-
listen.
yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
know.
but now he's gonna catch you on charge.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll let you call when he's bonded out. Hey, you got? Yeah, if he would just shut up and. Oh, I think you take that one. No, not right now. Absolutely not. No, just sit in your car.
Am I free to go?
No, yeah, you're free to go. Get out of here.
Hey, you want me to drive? Don't talk. You don't have to talk to me that way.
You need an ambulance at all? You heard it all?
However, Tyler's experience was far from over. Even after they had already tased and detained him, the cops kept on threatening to charge him more.
I was gonna bushball him. You fucking use it. Now I recognize her.
I never recognized
I
her.
recognize her.
Haze me, don't leave that.
Oh, I'm not gonna leave it out.
Yeah, don't leave that out of there. He choked me, had me around my throat.
No, my elbow was on your upper or your lower chin. Might have been on your neck.
Leave
So
none
I.
of that out. Don't leave none of that
Well,
out.
hey, sir, we have to do what we got to do to get you in custody. Okay?
Aggravated assault.
I need you to go take warrants out for that then, since we did aggravated assault. We're sitting here trying to place you under arrest and you're resisting.
The officer could also be heard making fun of Tyler's request to go to the hospital for his injuries with his colleague.
One of them on the way. Huh? I don't know. You have service out here? Can you call it? Let me go to the hospital.
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Retarded.
Hey, you get 2 for 1.
That's amazing. God, thank you guys. Y'all are good. Yeah, we're good. Thank you. Hey, medic said the dude's good, but he said that he wants to go to the hospital because his right leg hurts, or right knee, because he's had a surgery in the past. Yeah, the medic said they cleared him, but he requested to go to the hospital because his knee hurts.
Not too long after, the officer who had ordered Tyler out of the truck returned to talk to him about the whole thing.
I had forgotten that I had the
Okay,
knife.
that's fine.
I wanted one of y'all to remove the weapon so that I was considered unarmed at that point.
So do you understand when I said hold on, have a seat on his hood? That meant hold on.
Make me feel safe.
Okay,
still having a knife in my pocket around both of you when the situation is.
Okay, but do you know what you're doing?
Heightened.
But do you know what you're doing? It wasn't heightened for me at all. I don't know about y'all what happened before I got here, but it wasn't heightened with me at all.
He's been after me, brother.
Okay.
He's looking for a reason to get me, and he just found it, and you helped him beat my ass.
I can promise you. I can promise you.
I know plenty of officers.
Okay.
This dude's a dick.
Okay.
You may not be. You may be a really good dude.
Regardless of all that, I'm talking about the situation at hand. I told you to hold on, okay? And when you don't listen, that's obstruction, man. Okay. Regardless if you're saying I have a knife on me or not.
Unsafe.
Okay. But regardless if you're saying I have a knife.
My safety should be your utmost concern.
Well, that's something you're just going to talk to your attorney, because I disagree. I told you to hold on, okay?
The officers proceeded to lie about the details of the event as an attempt to cover up for what they had done.
He told me.
So y'all should have said, "Look, sir, you're not listening. You're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back."
Okay.
I would have complied. Okay. This should be a training lesson, a learning lesson.
He did say you're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back.
No,
he did, sir. He did. I promise you, he did.
I heard stop resisting. I didn't hear nothing about you're under arrest. I thought y'all were beating just to beat ass out here in a parking lot.
Before all that, he did say you're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back. He did. Whether you heard it or not, I heard it. I know he said it. He said it.
Y'all supposed to make sure I hear it. Y'all supposed to give me man enough respect to turn around and put my hands behind my back. Y'all didn't do.
Well, I barely touched you to put your hands behind your back.
Look, man, I'm a grown man. If you look at me to the eyes and say, "Hey, man, we're gonna have to take you to jail," put your hands behind your back, I would comply with you. Whether or not I like the situation, I would comply with you and say, "Yes, sir," and I'd turn around and put my head behind my back. Everything y'all just did to me on that concrete right there is.
When the aggressive cop was asked if he was sure before taking such a harsh action, even the officer appeared a bit nervous about the event that unfolded earlier.
So that would be a question for him. Were you arresting him
Yeah, for obstruction. Yeah.
Okay, for the
because
not
that's
listening?
the 6th time he wouldn't listen.
Okay, so yeah, he said he was 95 and 100%. I don't know everything that happened before, but that was what happened at my. So he was saying 100% he had enough for misdemeanor obstruction. He wasn't listening. He was 95 in him for all that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I have no clue anything prior to when I got there. All I know is I told him to have a seat on the hood, and I told him I understand that you were letting me know that you had a knife, but he was basically what he was trying to do was trying to dictate the stop off of that. Like I understood he had a knife, but I'm telling him to have a seat. Tyrell get the knife off of him. He's like, well, I didn't want y'all to shoot me. I said, dude, did I have my gun out on you? Like, did I have any, like, was I sitting there saying like, oh God, no, he's got a knife? No, I said, that's fine, have a seat, we'll get it. You know, like, basically trying to dictate the stop off of his emotions towards Tyr pulling him over.
Throughout the interaction, the officer displayed a pitiful demeanor and was unable to control his ego. Tyler was finally taken to the police station and charged with both seatbelt violation and obstruction of an officer.
Then I put him on the ground, he got back up. I don't know if he was trying to run or what he was doing, and then I put him back on the ground. Forearm was on his, like, the side of his neck and his chin, and he's claiming I choked him, but I mean, it was like, I was even remotely afraid that he had the knife. You know, I asked him if he had any weapons. He said no, got out. He remembered he had a weapon, which is understandable. But when I say, hold on, have a seat on the hood, I will get the knife, because there's a passenger. I'm trying to deal with the passenger also, and doesn't want to listen and starts hooping and hollering because he's got the knife. No, y'all come get me before y'all shoot me and all this. You know, that's him trying to dictate the stop and change the stop how it's going. So, but and then when we go place him under arrest for the obstruction, him not wanting to listen and all that, is when the fight was 100% resisted, tried to pull his arm up front. Then I put him on the ground, he got back up. I don't know if he was trying to run or what he was doing, and then I put him back on the ground. Forearm was on his, like, the side of his neck and his chin, and he's claiming I choked him, but I mean, it was like I had force on his lower chin, upper neck area. It wasn't like on his tracheum or anything where I'm like choking the crap out of him. I can't remember exactly, and I had to look, but I want to say he was even like flaring his arms and stuff as well, like almost hitting me. So I'm not gonna, I don't want to say that's exactly what happened. I don't really remember. I didn't get hit in the face or anything, so that's, you know. But yeah. Okay, sounds good. Well, I'll let his wife know, who's still up here, that if she wants to make a complaint, just contact the sheriff's office. Call failed. Looney said just knock out the use of force. I'll go talk to her. She likes me more than you about the.
However, the prosecutor quickly withdrew the charges against Tyler, and Tyler chose to sue the officers involved as well as the police department. While this officer abused his powers, the actions of the next officer will leave you stunned.
I did not threaten you at all.
You're going to.
Why am I going to? You didn't even detain me or anything.
Officer Tammy Adler from the Waterbury Police Department was upset about something, so she decided to vent her frustration on the poor bystanders.
That was in my car.
She was not being attacked at all. I have it all on video.
We just wanted to stop.
Why are you arresting her? Man, why is she being arrested? I want to know why she is being arrested. Alana?
Arrested too. Back up.
Just sit there.
Yes,
just
you
sit
are.
there. Just sit
yes,
there.
You are. You too.
I want to know why she is being arrested.
Everybody will know, but you guys are both.
I want to know why she's being arrested right this second.
Guess what? I just showed up too.
Okay, well, I want to know why she is arresting her.
But I promise
my sister has not done nothing to you.
Before I leave,
can I speak to her?
Before we leave.
Man, why is she being arrested at the moment?
Because she was at my door threatening me.
Officer Adler goes on an arresting spree and arrests everyone who comes her way. Her actions resulted in a trail of unjust arrest and disruption among the civilians.
He's too. She gave your bad.
I did not threaten you at all. I did not threaten you at all.
You're going to.
Why am I going to? You didn't even detain me or anything. You were not telling me I'm being detained. Give her my phone. I recorded every second of it. Every second of it, because I am being arrested for asking you for your name and badge number. I am being arrested for asking you to identify yourself as an officer.
Him.
Why am I being arrested for asking you what your badge number is?
Go to my car, all right?
I am asking her, why am I being arrested? You want to name it back over it. I literally asked her, do you want to watch the video? I literally sat here afterward her name it back.
Her, especially number 70. She's going to. This one too. This one too. Come on. This one too. I don't have to get over here.
All we can do is hope that these citizens stood up to the cops, holding the cops accountable for their actions and demanding their rights from the state. And if this wasn't bad enough, just wait for the next officer.
Now!
On July 16, 2019, a Cashion police officer was on his routine patrol route when he saw a car with a broken taillights. He immediately pulled the car over and went over to confront the driver.
Hello.
Hi.
So what's going on with your truck?
It's been hit, and we're waiting to see if I can't find a bed for it, a short bed. It's drivable.
Yeah, but it's not legal because you got a busted taillight. You got your driver license and insurance on you?
I've driven it up here ever since it's been like this.
How long ago has it been like that?
Probably about 6 months.
Oh, okay. Well, you've had plenty of time to get it fixed.
I've driven it up here a lot.
Okay. Gotcha. Related to Hank?
I'm his mother.
Oh, okay. Get your insurance.
The driver was identified as 65-year-old Deborah Hamill, who herself admitted that the light had been broken for 6 months. The officer demanded her ID as he was about to write her a ticket.
Miss Hamill, since you informed me that you've had that for 6 months.
Oh yeah, and we're just looking for a bed because we can't find a short bed. I mean, my brother's looking for it.
Can you at least get the light?
I don't know if I can get the they've got lights on them, don't they? They do have lights in them, and they do work.
Well, it's broken.
Yeah, I know it's broken.
So if you hit your brake lights, that white bulb's going to blind somebody at night.
Oh, okay. Well, can I put red tape on it? Will that work?
Yeah, but I don't think red tape's going to help you there. You don't have enough plastic to tape over.
The officer then calmly gave her an $80 ticket, which she surprisingly refused to sign, claiming that she only deserved a warning.
You have till September 16th to take care of this. Get you to sign there where the X is.
So you don't even give a warning for this?
You've been driving around for 6 months like that.
I'm truthful.
Well, I'm not going to give you a warning for something you've been driving for 6 months.
But you've seen me in here. You've seen me in town.
No, I haven't.
You had to have. I've been up here.
Nope. Either way, I'm issuing you a citation. Sign there, please.
Well, I don't want to sign it because I don't want to do $80.
You don't want to sign it?
No, because I don't think that I deserve to pay $80 for something that is fixable and I can fix it.
All
If
right.
that's all you want
Go ahead,
to do.
step out of the car.
Why?
Because you're under arrest. Step out. Step out of the vehicle.
No, I'm not.
Step out.
No.
Step out. I'm giving you a lawful order. Step out.
Deborah refused to sign the ticket, and the officer quickly went over to arrest her. However, she once again refused to abide by the officer's command and locked herself in the car. Moments later, she did agree to sign the ticket, but the officer told her that it was beyond that point. That's when she did something incredibly stupid.
You be fair with me and I'll be fair with you.
Step out.
No.
You're under arrest.
No, I'm not.
I'm placing you under arrest. Step
You
out.
are full of shit because you're not placing me under no damn arrest.
Step out.
No, I'm not. No, I am
305,
not.
303. Do not take off.
Shut up and give me that and I'll sign it.
Step out.
No.
We're beyond that.
You want me
Step
to-
out. Dispatch. Got one taken off.
Deputies, occupant is going to be one.
We're going to be pulling in.
She didn't go too far and stopped at some distance. The officer quickly exited his vehicle and confronted her this time with a much more aggressive demeanor.
Get out of the car! 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 Get out of the car!
You better leave me!
Put your hands behind your back!
Leave me alone!
She kept on resisting and forced the officer to pull her out of her car. She could have easily put an end to this stop by simply signing the ticket, but things were about to get even worse for her now.
Put your hands behind your back. Now. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Lay down and put your hands behind your back. Now. No, you will not. You're going to get it again.
At last, the officer had her in cuffs, but only after deploying his taser. He then called for EMS and backup to arrive to take care of the old lady.
Do you realize you just got yourself in a whole lot more trouble?
What?
For running?
Oh, I didn't run. I told you you weren't going to arrest me. I pulled him here thinking that you would not.
Here. Go ahead and roll to your back. Alright, sit on your butt.
I'm trying.
Are you hurt?
Yeah, I'm hurt.
What hurts?
Everything.
Alright, I got EMS on the way, just hang tight.
You got a what on the way?
I got an ambulance on the way, check you out.
Ambulance? I don't need an ambulance.
Well, you got tased, so they gotta check you out.
Well, can you just stand me up?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hip. Like, oh, don't do the arms that way.
Deborah was in a really bad condition, but she had no one else to blame but her for this, as she left the officer with really no other option.
Yeah, if you don't mind, help me get her up. There we go. Come on over here. Yeah, 10-4, she's in custody.
How long has this truck been around here like that?
Sir, you guys go stand over there. All you do is sign the ticket.
305, would you like to don't you realize? Listen to me a minute.
Hold on. 305, can you 10-9 that?
The officer managed to make her stand with the help of two kind bystanders and eventually took her to his police cruiser.
That's the taser cord. They're gonna get that out of you. All right.
Get it out of me.
Yeah, there's 2 prongs in you.
2 prongs in me. Oh, cute.
Go ahead and have a seat. I'll turn the air on. I'll let you cool down.
Can you pull your seat up or something? Or
That's as much as we got. So why didn't you take off?
Because I knew that you would arrest me.
I wasn't going to. All you had to do was sign a ticket.
But can you, well, just listen to me a minute. Do you know that nobody wants to come to Cashin for any reason whatsoever? Because they know it's going to be an $80 fine for some dumb something all the time.
Well, when you're driving around like that, where do you think you can go driving around and get away with like that?
The ignorant woman was still not accepting her mistake, as she considered herself above being held accountable for her action.
Who's you guys? You're saying the Hamels.
The citizens. Guys. The citizens of Cashin. All right. You break the law in Cashin, we're going to enforce it.
Yeah.
Whether you're a Hamel or not.
This lady may have acted like a Karen, but this next officer did the unthinkable and felt no remorse whatsoever.
The other guy's like, all right, I'm out, peace.
Get off the bike. Hands behind your back.
What?
Hands behind your back.
Okay. What did I do?
officer made no attempts to converse with the rider regarding the stop and straight away knocked him to the ground, also damaging his bike in the process. Kyle remained clueless and was terrified to see what was happening.
When he was hiding, I thought he was
What?
So, when you came by, when your license plate is hidden like that?
It's not even my bike. It's my dad's.
Sorry?
It's not even my bike, it's my dad's.
It's your dad's. Okay. Like this?
Huh?
Am I gonna it like this?
I mean, you probably already from slamming into the ground.
I didn't plan on the ground.
I don't know, man.
You have a driver's license on you?
Yeah.
The officer had proceeded to handcuff him as well, and it was then that he came over to demand his ID. Instead of asking for identification before him, the officer resorted to force, which was utterly appalling to witness.
Do you have any ID on you?
Yeah, I just said. It's in my pocket here. This jacket pocket, yeah.
Let me just get your ID and then I'm going to uncuff you, alright?
Alright. Got insurance in there too.
Oh?
Yep.
You okay?
Yeah.
Slide one knee up. Okay.
And just like that, Kyle was out of handcuffs. The officer tried to explain his earlier actions, and you'll be shocked to see how he tried to cover himself.
I would have pulled over.
So the reason, normally we would.
Yeah.
When guys hide the plate,
Yeah.
they don't pull over, they take off.
Well, if guys are gonna take off, they won't have a license plate, to be fair.
No, but what they do is they do like what you do, where you tuck it behind the fender. I've had guys where they'll put magnets and then just
Yeah.
flip it down.
But I mean, if you're gonna run from the cops, you wouldn't want a license plate anyways, right?
No, I wouldn't think so, but they
Yeah.
do it, and they put stolen plates on there and
Yeah.
whatever else.
Fair enough.
So that's why I had to do that, it's just so you wouldn't fly.
All right.
But anyways, all right. I'm just gonna run your plate. As long as everything's okay, you're good to go.
Well, actually, this wasn't a traffic stop to begin with, but an assault on the poor driver. Realizing that he had messed up big time, the officer tried to get off the scene as quickly as possible.
No, it's like that. This all bent and shit now.
9 November 9, X-ray 7.
Yeah, like you see how it's all bent now? It's like bent like this. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a little bit.
Yeah, everything's 10 forces license.
You didn't have to like throw me off the bike.
I wasn't trying to throw you. I was just trying to hold you so you wouldn't, like, I was holding you so
You threw me, man. Come on.
However, Kyle was not going to slide his loss so easily and demanded reimbursement from the officer. His response once again will shock you and will prove how such assaults are too common for him.
Yeah, well, I gotta make this right, so what can we do?
I don't know, you tell me. I've never had a situation like this.
I mean, generally, they pick it up and drive off. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Like, is there like a reimbursement for my fucked up handlebar? I don't know.
You put it in. Like, I'll look into it for you. It's my bad. Like, it's my fault.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's not even my bike, which is like the fucking worst part about it.
Let me get my sergeant here, see what we can do for you.
Okay, thank you.
Try to start it in the meantime. And...
Okay. The officer refused to take any accountability for his actions and showed no remorse for the assault he had committed. Kyle stood there for some time before he just departed on his way. As of today, Kyle plans to take legal action against the officer and the police department regarding this assault. We can only hope that he gets justice and that the corrupt cop is held accountable for his actions. Surprisingly, it's not the first time an officer was caught lying on the camera and had to do a walk of shame.
It's the First Amendment. You cannot restrict my speech. Not unless it's fighting work.
In July 2022, YouTuber Joshua Lloyd was filming himself out in public as he was engaged in a public recreational activity when an unknown bystander called the cops claiming that he looked suspicious. Soon after, a couple of officers from the Phoenix Police Department arrived and confronted Mr. Lloyd.
All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon and we'll see you later. Oh, hold on. We got the cops. They're gonna run my license plate.
Good morning.
Morning, can I help you?
I don't know, can we help you? Do you live here?
No, but this is public, correct?
I'm not sure on that. It could be private property.
Could be, but if there was, I do believe there would be a sign posted somewhere, right?
Not necessarily.
Oh, well, I mean...
somebody called on you.
Mr. Lloyd, who was standing at a public place, had no reason to be removed from there. The officer, however, refused to understand the situation and kept escalating the situation as he tried to search his car parked down the road.
Is that your car?
That is my car.
Okay. Well, if it is public...
I mean, I would figure it's public. You have electric access here. You have a
right there?
state issued sign.
Is that public property right there?
Where? Right there?
Yeah, right just north of us.
Could possibly be, because it's easement.
Is there anybody in the car?
No, just me. But if you want to go check, go ahead, go check.
Can I get your permission to do anything else?
No.
Do I need your permission?
No,
Do I
because
need your permission to check the car?
You would need my permission to go inside the car.
No, but you just said if you want to go check if there's someone else in the car. Do I?
Oh yeah, go check and you can go look in and see if.
Go ahead. Do I need you to tell me to go ahead to do it, or can I do it on my own?
Well, I mean, you could do it on your own. You can do a plain view search.
Okay, good. Making sure I thought you were under the impression you had to give me permission.
To go inside the car, you need permission.
Suddenly, the officer's attention switched to his car as he went over to check the tags of the car. It seemed the officer had made the situation personal, driven by his ego, and was trying to escalate the situation.
I mean, would you guys like my name? I'll give you my name. You don't have to run the plate for it, because my name's not on the plate.
What's your name?
My name is Josh.
Josh?
Mm-hmm.
Josh what?
Lloyd. L-L-O-Y-D.
L-L-O-Y-D?
Correct.
Is it Josh or Joshua?
It's Joshua.
Hey, Phil.
Joshua Lloyd.
Huh?
Joshua. You're not towing my car.
We may have to tow it. It's not registered to him. It's registered to a female. It's It's left on the roadway running. I'm not going to leave it here.
Ooh.
Just running. So let's get a hold of
really
boss, and we'll find out if for safekeeping. Otherwise, somebody's going to make off with this thing.
Yeah. Are you serious? Wow.
The car actually belonged to Lloyd's mother-in-law, and she was aware that he was driving it. However, once again, the officer had no legal authority to conduct a search, as there were no reports or complaint of a stolen car.
Not even going to question me on who it's registered to? Would you like the insurance and registration?
No, you're not driving it. Why would I ask for that?
Oh, I am driving it. It's just parked right now.
Are you driving it right now?
No, it's parked.
Okay, so you're not driving.
No.
Sure, what's your name?
Joshua Lloyd.
Joshua
Lloyd.
J-O-S-H.
Uh-huh. L-L-O-Y-D.
What's your birthday, Josh?
You can also look me up on YouTube under You People.
I'm gonna try and
He looks a lot older than me. Yeah, I know I do, don't I?
I'm gonna try and get a hold of the owner, see if they know where the car is. Otherwise,
she'll tell you that her son-in-law has it.
One of the officers remained calm and looked much better than the tyrant cop who had made the issue more personal. Lloyd kept venting out his frustrations before the officer confirmed that he was legally okay to drive the car.
I'm not trying to catch you in anything, man. I mean, asking a simple question. Why are you going the third degree? Because I'm standing on the side of the road filming a wall and not even asking me what I'm doing. That's a hell of an investigation skill you guys got there.
Okay. Have you been allowed to use the car?
I live with her, yes, and I'm allowed to use the car, hence the reason why I have it.
Okay, all right. Well, we're going to do some research, find out whose property that is. You got your name, your information. If it turns out that it is private property, then I'll author a report for trespassing.
I don't think it would be private property because what I was doing was a public event. So you guys never even asked me.
Listen to your statement.
It was later confirmed that the sidewalk where Lloyd stood was indeed a public space. Despite realizing that Mr. Lloyd had not violated any law, the officer showed no remorse and continued to be difficult, refusing to simply acknowledge his mistake.
I don't think. That's why I'm going to find out for sure whose property.
Okay, you go ahead for sure.
Okay, well, I'll do it later. Again, here's the thing. I don't need your permission to check out whose property it is, but I appreciate you giving me the go-ahead. All right, we'll look into that.
Can I have your name and badge number, please? Your card?
8632.
Your card, please. I have a bad memory.
8632.
8632.
You're recording it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I have your card, sir?
We don't have cards.
Okay. Can I have your name and badge number, please?
Fortuna, 8882.
All right. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that.
I would do some further research before you go on a property, find out.
The officer didn't even tell his name to Lloyd, something they are legally obliged to do so. Despite being rude throughout the encounter, he kept bullying Lloyd, and that's when he decided to give him a lesson in law.
You know, hold on. Before you go and give me the lecture, how about this? Before you come up all hard on somebody, how about before you come up all hard on somebody, you ask them what they're doing?
Josh, just tell me what you're trying to make known to me.
You could ask me simply at the very beginning, very nicely, hey, what are you doing?
Josh, do the research and find out whose property you're on, because you may be breaking the law.
It's public property, I can tell you that.
Stating that as a fact.
I am. I'm stating it as a fact because I like you guys.
Well, now you're using more profanity.
I can use profanity. It's the First Amendment.
No, you can't.
It's the First Amendment. You cannot restrict my speech, not unless it's fighting words. If I use it to emphasize my sentences, I can use it to emphasize my sentences. If one man's curse word is another man's lyric.
Shortly after, the officers left the area, leaving Lloyd alone, but not before trying to violate his First Amendment right.
In a disorderly conduct situation where you're waking up people and they're offended by your profanity, it can be an issue. Josh, we're going to do the research. We're going to
do the research.
Have a good day.
You too. Well, guys, I got 2 videos out of that. 811-229-G546HY.
Mr. Lloyd was not disturbed any further by the cops as he kept on filming the area. Shortly after this incident, he also filed a complaint against the conduct of this officer. Although the officer may have not violated any of his constitutional rights, but his demeanor throughout the encounter was very aggressive and appalling. Well, that's not the last time a person was harassed while trying to record in public.
You like it?
No, I think you're a nutcase.
Oh, jeez.
How's that?
Okay.
On the 19th of April 2024, First Amendment auditor and YouTuber by the name of Press NH Now went into the Baldwin Town office to conduct a First Amendment audit and to exercise his right to film in public buildings. Shortly after, he encountered 2 officers who appeared a bit tough at first.
How you doing? You guys are the planning board?
No.
Oh.
What are you looking for?
I just saw a sign. Yes, it's planning board.
What do you want?
Oh, I was just wondering if this was a planning board.
No, I'm code enforcement.
Oh, code enforcement. You a constable or?
No.
Oh, okay. I know some code enforcement.
meets here.
Yeah, okay. All right, cool.
Who exactly are you and what is?
I'm just taking a tour of the building. That's all.
All right.
Yeah. Just some. Huh?
He's taking a tour.
Just taking a tour and...
Why?
Why not? Right? Why not? You work here, or?
Yeah.
What do you do? What's your... You're on the plan. I asked you that.
No, you said it's just a planning board meeting, and it's not.
Well, no, I was just saying planning...
planning board meets in this room.
Meets in this
I am
room.
on the planning board.
You are. Okay. Thank you. All right. Cool.
You good?
I think so.
All righty.
Thank you.
Moving forward, the auditor decided to head to the meeting room, but was immediately confronted by the animal control officer, claiming that he was not authorized to be inside.
That's where they must do their meetings. It's kind of an old building. Kind of looks like a school of some sort.
How you doing, man?
Good, good.
This room is actually not open to the public.
Oh, 100% it is, man. 100%. People come in here for meetings, right?
When it's open.
Yeah, it's open. The door's open.
Was it unlocked?
Of course it's unlocked. It should be
It
unlocked.
wasn't supposed to be unlocked.
Yeah. Well, where you guys have your meetings, and there's nothing wrong with that, is there?
No, I just caught me off guard. I was like, oh, geez. There's not usually anybody supposed to be in there.
Oh.
My bad.
The people are supposed to be in there.
The auditor kept filming and decided to go back to where the code enforcement officer, Don Kent, was. But this time, the officer had an unusual reaction to being filmed.
Excuse me, sir. What are you doing now?
The same thing I was doing about 10 minutes ago.
This office is closed.
I can't hear you.
The office is closed.
Oh, you're closed?
The officer appeared confrontational without any reason and even made threats to the auditor. However, the interaction wasn't over yet, as he returned to the town clerk's office to complain about it.
Yeah, I'm right here now.
Yeah, he has that right.
He has no right to come on my property.
No, he has no right.
What are you talking about?
Definitely go in there next.
I didn't say that.
No, he's fine. He's not going nowhere though.
What are you filming?
He can't. He can only do the. He can only do public places.
You get him to admit that.
Admit what?
You just said you were coming to my house.
You assumed that I was.
You said you were.
I didn't. I don't know. I mean,
Oh, you're not going to stuff.
I'm not going to answer that question. Why would I?
You a cop?
No,
What are you?
not a cop.
What's the badge mean?
The auditor never suggested or claimed that he would be going to the officer's home. In fact, he was the one who had deduced this from nowhere. However, he wasn't left alone, as he was confronted by a veteran who became increasingly aggressive from the get-go.
Who's this guy?
You have to ask him. I don't know who he is. He's just.
I'm just a normal,
What are you
everyday
doing
citizen. Who are you?
I'm just somebody down here
Me-
trying to get two flags, the American flags up on
Beautiful.
107 that are shredded, hanging
Sweet.
up, and nobody takes them down.
Yeah, hopefully not, right? Yeah.
You want something to film, go film them flags up there
Where's that?
on 107.
Who did it? Somebody destroyed them?
No, they're just shredded. They've been up for so long,
Whenever
nobody
it's
took
a
them
personal
down.
owner, then we can't do anything about that.
It's on private property?
It's private. It's private flag. The other one probably is a town one, and I will get
The,
Alan.
the one up, the further one up is, okay.
Well, why would you want to take an American flag down?
It's shredded, man.
Then replace it.
It ain't my flag.
It's everybody's flag.
I don't like it shredded.
Me neither.
Now, are you filming me right now?
I'm recording everything here.
What for?
You never know what's going to happen next.
The veteran appeared very displeased with the auditor filming and unnecessarily escalated the situation.
It's their right, Andy.
I appreciate that.
Where is he though? Who's he with?
I'm with myself. I'm not with anybody.
Is this a private citizen?
It's just a private citizen, man.
What are you filming it for? You going on TV or internet or what?
Maybe. Could be.
What's the badge mean?
I don't know if you want to read it. I'd rather have you guys read it. Oh, don't touch me, please. Appreciate that. I'll hold it up for you, but.
Shiny badge don't grant extra rights.
Yeah. You like it?
No, I think you're a nutcase.
Oh, jeez.
How's that?
Okay.
Right?
I could say the same about you.
I wouldn't say it too much.
Well, I wouldn't either if I was you.
Okay, guys, come on.
I mean, he's starting this. I'm just responding.
wondering what you're doing.
I don't think it's any of your business, Andy.
The town clerk had to intervene as she tried knocking some sense into the veteran, who eventually left the place.
I don't think it's any of your business. I don't like your attitude, first of all.
You're going to be on the ground.
I didn't see ya. They're going to threaten me now?
No, I'm not threatening you.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll take care of you. I will. It's probably best you walk away then, huh?
For your own good, my friend.
Oh, I will.
You're welcome to.
No.
Yeah.
I know I can, but I'm not going to have people like that putting their hands on me, okay, and then talking.
The auditor continued capturing footage around the building before he saw Officer Kent from earlier, who was leaving the place, and followed him.
Enforcement. Wow. Look at that. That's how he drives those town vehicles, huh?
Moving on, this officer tried to boast his authority, but was owned badly by this law-abiding citizen.
How you doing? Good. 10 pulse. Do you have a driver's license, registration, insurance card? Do you know you guys pulled me over in the same exact spot 3 days in a row? Really? 3 days in a row. I was unaware of that. And now you're gonna give me a warning too. Let me guess, my license plate, right? The little thing on the bottom? No, absolutely not. What'd I do? What happened? Put your blinker on when there was nowhere to turn. Well, that's because I saw you there and I wanted to make sure you saw my blinker making the left. Maybe you got nervous and you saw
No, because yesterday he said we didn't use the blinker.
All right, I need to see your driver's license. I am nervous. I'm nervous and I'm pissed off. That's
this is harassment. I hope you know that.
The individual driving the car jumped over the police officer, along with his wife, and rightly so, as the officer had no concrete proof for pulling him over.
I don't even know you. Well, you do know me, because here's another guy here yesterday, 3 days in a row. Why would you both pull up on me like this? My son came to get surgery, man. Right. I'm glad you got me on video, because I have a video camera in the car, too. Yeah, but that's fine. So then you guys know that you did this 3 days in a row. How would I know? I don't know you. Because you got cameras. I wasn't the officer that stopped you. Got cameras. So is this your procedure? Thank you. Come on, man. Disgusting. Is this your sergeant? I'd like to see your sergeant.
The cops had no legal reason to stop the individual driving. That's when the other officer also arrived on the scene. And that's when the situation started to escalate.
Do you have another insurance card? Yeah, I'm sure I do. This isn't my car. It's my grandmother's. The officer ran it yesterday and it was fine. Take that. Hey, can I have your sergeant present, please? Please? 3 days in a row, you guys got on camera. Do me a favor, step out of the car. I'm not stepping out of the car.
He's asking for your sergeant.
Step out of the car? Step out of the car. Oh, are you kidding me? Step out. Are you kidding me right now? On what premise? On what premise? I'm being violated right now. My Fourth Amendment right is being violated right now. My Fourth Amendment right is being violated. You're in front of my son. You're going to be placed under arrest. For what? Resisting? Yes. Step out of the vehicle. I'm resisting an arrest. That you're about to harass me now. Don't worry, you'll hear from my lawyer.
This is harassment.
He was pressurized and removed from his car, all while his 4-year-old son was in the backseat of the car. The cops then took him away and asked for his proof of insurance.
Do I know you? Do I know you? I don't care if you know me. I feel threatened. I don't know you. I don't know you. Where's your free proof of ID? Oh, really? My proof's right here. I need more. That's my proof. I need more. Where's your driver's license? You know what? I know my. Listen, I know your rights. Oh, I know. You're an attorney. I know. How do you know I'm not? How do you know I'm not? Oh, you are? Do you have ID on you? You have ID on you? I do have ID. I'm in a mark. 3 days in a row. If you were pulled over in the same spot and harassed while your son had... I don't know you. I don't care if you know me. Well, I'm telling you, I don't know you. You work for us. Is this your son? How old is he? That is my son. You're gonna do that? You're gonna do that right in front of your son? First of all, my grandfather was a chief of police retired. My uncles are in the bed. I don't know who you are. But you sitting there and harassing people as they're coming off the highway? Where are you coming from? Why do I have to answer your questions? You don't. Absolutely. You don't want to answer? Don't answer. Out of your mind. You're out of your mind. You harass people. Yeah, you know what? Here's all of our stuff. No, you find it. What are you kidding me? You find your insurance card. You find your insurance card. You should be ashamed of yourself of what you should do. What, do you got to meet your quota? Yeah, quota. Come on, you should be ashamed of yourself. Yeah, really. You should. Really. You should.
The first cop was still trying to show some decency, but the situation went from bad to worse when the other cop instigated him, disregarding any sort of empathy.
You think I don't know my Fourth Amendment rights? You pull me out of my car and harass me right now? First of all, you can't have that on your car. What are you laughing at? It's not my car! It is your car. You're driving it. No, but it's not my car. You are driving the vehicle. It's not my car. All the tickets for that are going to go to you. I don't give a shit. Okay. I obviously get harassed every time I come up to you by you guys. So where's your sergeant? That's what I want on the scene right now. Unfortunately, you're not the dictator, and you don't say what you want.
You're not a dictator either. You work for us.
Shut your mouth before you get locked up. Yeah.
Do what he says. Do what he says, and we'll handle this.
However, still, the cause of the arrest was unknown, as pulling someone off just for turning on their blinkers seems a bit too harsh.
Yeah, I didn't know you were stopped 2 times prior. Doesn't.
And you stopped him for putting his blinker on before we made the left.
Blinker on where there was nowhere to turn.
Because your officer said yesterday that I didn't do it. So the second I saw you, I put my blinker on.
To make sure it didn't happen again.
Well, thank you for not doing your job properly. Oh well.
The first officer took his license and went back to his car to issue a citation, but the confrontation wasn't over, as Officer Sapia came back to the car and confronted the couple once again.
No,
They tell the situation, but you're getting all hyped up.
No, you weren't here when you pulled up.
Okay,
on me.
well, you're
it's
getting
on
this.
camera.
You
It's
probably
on
would
camera.
have been on your way by now.
But I'm pissed off.
Okay.
3 days in a row,
So-
and my son's
so-
having surgery, and I have to bring him back.
Tell him.
He did tell him that. He did tell him that. He did tell him that. And he ignored me.
I don't know.
He ignored us, and we told him that.
You're getting tough and aggressive because you're pissed off. But I can't get tough and aggressive. Exactly. Write me all the fake tickets you want.
The couple were rightly furious witnessing this mistreatment, as they had to wait for minutes inside their car as the officer came back again. This time, he was in a better mood and tried to reconcile with the earlier incident.
I'm not going to write you summons. I understand people don't like us, but I didn't know.
I respect you and I love it.
Listen,
3 days in a row, like I said, my uncle,
I didn't know
my
you were
cousin
stopped.
died on 9/11. He was a Port Authority
I know,
cop.
but you're not letting me speak.
Because I'm upset.
I know, but
you
I
never
didn't
had
know.
a bad day.
Didn't know. I understand. You had a bad day. No problem.
You understand? And then I have him bucking up. When the both of you are in uniform and you're both aggressive towards somebody,
Not aggressive to you.
that's aggravating. And it's assault because you have a gun. I have it recorded, sir. I have it recorded.
Because I have a gun.
And you're both in costume. And you're both in costume. Yes. Yes. Don't tell me I don't know the law. You're telling me, am I a lawyer?
We're in costumes. This is a uniform.
Yeah, but you're disrespecting it by pulling out because I look nervous. I understand you have a job to do.
Put your signal on.
Because the past 2 days that you pulled me over, that was the gentleman's response.
I didn't know who you were.
Officer, I'm sorry. I had a bad day. I had a bad day.
I'll take that.
I had a bad day. What I'm saying is practice a little more discretion with people sometimes, especially this boy here.
Well, to be fair, the officer didn't issue him a ticket, but it's clear that he did violate the driver's rights by stopping him without any reason, and he did a brilliant job for standing firm against this injustice.
No, he got pissed off. He came up to me and threatened to put me in handcuffs. You're not allowed to speak. There's no freedom of speech. And then you take my. That's true. That's right. But then you take my Fourth Amendment rights away and you pull me out of a vehicle.
Because of the way you're acting.
Because I'm pissed off.
Are you hiding something? I don't know.
But see, then you become a detective.
No. Yeah, I was a detective, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But now you're not. Now you're in uniform.
I just came out of the detective bureau.
But now you're in uniform, sir.
Right, my job is to find out what you're doing and why you're doing it.
I'm leaving the doctor's office with my son, and I didn't do anything wrong.
Take care.
I will.
The cops soon left the area without giving any warning, and the couple were on their way again. The officers did seem a bit harsh here, but the actions of the next officers will make them seem like angels.
Come on, you a black man, look how they doing, man. I got 4 kids, man. I got 4 kids in the house.
On the 16th of October 2021, a single father of 4 children, Sylvester Hayes was going to pick up breakfast for his kids. As he was moving, he mistakenly missed a signal at a stop sign and was immediately pulled over by 2 Dallas police officers.
Okay, well, what's your information? That's it. That's all.
Damn, I'm finna go get some for my baby, something to eat.
Okay, hey, if you're good, sir, you're good. Come on, step up on me. I'll explain it to you.
I didn't give you permission to do that.
I know. Step out. I'll explain everything.
No, sir. Tell me why.
I'll explain.
No, I didn't give you permission. I didn't give you permission to none of that.
Right now, you are being detained. Come on and step out. Hey, yeah, guys, we're being detained. Come on and step out. Come on.
Come on, calm my people. Come on.
Come on and step out. Come on and step out. You're gonna get tased. Come on and step out.
As Mr. Hayes showed the officer his ID, he mistook his name with a domestic violence suspect who shared the same name as him. The officers had no idea that they were about to make a grave mistake.
Come on and step out, bro. Come on and step out. Come on and step out. Come on and step out.
No.
Step out.
What are y'all? Man, hold on, bro.
Come on and step out. Get out of the car. Come on. Y'all pulling on me for what? Hold on. Y'all, I didn't give y'all permission. I didn't give y'all permission. Bro, hold on. Hey, bro, this is my gun.
As the cops were attempting to pull out Hayes, they noticed that he also had a firearm inside the car. However, later it was proved that it was legally registered under his name. But the cops wouldn't care about this fact.
Bro, this is my bro. My what the
Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop.
My neck. You got some foot on my neck. Bro. I got some foot on my neck, bro. What the y'all doing, bro?
Stop. Stop.
What happened? Bro, what am I being detained for, man?
Stop.
What am I being detained for?
If you let us tell you, we'll tell you. Shut up.
Right now. What am I being detained for, man? Y'all don't even know y'all right now, bro. Bro, what are y'all, bro? Bro, help!
Multiple officers combined to restrain Hayes as he was forced to the ground and handcuffed. All of this while he was crying hysterically, still unaware of what went wrong.
Bro! No, I'm not, man. Bro, look at y'all. Bro, what are y'all doing? Bro! Help! They hurting me. They hurting me.
Put them out with us. Put 84 out with us as well. And start us on record, please.
I don't got no felony.
Get in the car.
Bro, help!
Stop. Get in there.
Well, y'all hurting me.
Get in there.
The officers then tried their best to attempt to put him in the back of the car. However, Hayes stood his ground against the corrupt cops, which led them to use an alternate strategy.
Somebody help me! Stop.
Stop.
Leg restraint. You got cut. Y'all hurting me. No, we're not. It's on the floorboard of the front passenger. Bro, I don't. That is my gun. It is in my name. Bro, you wasting my precious pocket.
Stop.
Bro.
You're getting this because you're acting this way. This is 100%, and I'm not your okay?
Bro, y'all
this
hurting
is
me,
you
bro.
acting
You
this way.
touching my body when you
Stop.
Bro.
Stop. Okay?
Bro, y'all hurting me, bro. You touching my body when you Bro.
Stop.
Bro, you a pressing.
I know I'm pressing your pressure point.
All right.
Because you're acting stupid.
Bro, you
stop.
I'm a very intelligent black man.
Stop. I don't care.
All right.
Right now,
bro, all right, let me in the car. I get in the car. I get in the car.
Hold on.
I'm telling you, I get in the car. I'm telling you right now, I get in the car. Bro, no.
I'm going to let you. But
you're hurting me. You're hurting me. Y'all don't even understand. Y'all in big trouble.
Go for it. I don't care.
Y'all in big trouble. You are under arrest.
As more backup arrived, they attempted to move Hayes into the car. Needless to say, the cops were brutal throughout this altercation.
Yeah, bro, I don't have anything, bro. It's on the floorboard of the front passenger. Bro, I don't. That is my gun. It is in my name. Bro, you're questioning my pressure points.
Stop.
Bro.
You're getting this because you're acting this way. This is 100%, and I'm not your
Y'all are in big trouble, man.
Have a seat in the car.
I can't even get up, man.
Get up.
Get the car.
Stop in the back.
You a black man. Get a seat. You gonna do me something?
Have a seat.
See, you see how they doing me, bro? See, you how they... Ow.
Scoot back.
Bro,
Scoot
I'm
back.
fine. Scoot back. Bro.
Yes, sir.
Bro, what the...
Just after Hayes was put inside the police cruiser, a female officer decided to check his ID once again. And that's when she realized the moment of truth and the shocking blunder they had made.
Damn, Bill. Do you see how they doing me, bro? Do you see how they... Ah. Scoot back. Scoot back. On your feet. You got the gun? Yeah, it's in the... And this goes in his right pocket.
And he kept going like this too. He kept reaching.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Come on, you a black man. Look how they doing me. I got 4 kids, man. I got 4 kids at the house, man.
Weston Hayes was in a terrible condition, and yet the officers felt no remorse for their actions. Another officer arrived sometime later and finally took the time to talk to Hayes about the distressing situation.
Came in late for everything. And they handled me so rough, sir. I complied. I said, what am I being stuck for? I didn't give nobody no attitude or anything, sir. I got 4 kids that was waiting on me right now. They're hungry. I'm trying to go feed them, man. And that's it. I don't know. Like they say, I failed the signal at the stop sign.
The stop sign? Okay.
I mean, I was wrong for that. Yes.
So that was the reason for contact for the stop. Okay.
Yes, I understand that. Not your name. Sylvester Hayes.
Sylvester Hayes.
A name of a champion. And they doing this because I don't know if it's because my skin is.
It has nothing to do with the skin.
Look how they handled me, sir. I didn't do anything to deserve it.
There was a gun, right?
But I wasn't pulling. I told him I had a weapon. I told him this.
Okay.
I told him this. This is my name.
Okay.
If they run it, it's going to say Sylvester Hayes.
Okay.
Hayes kept pleading his innocence, but none of the officers around felt the urge to release him from handcuffs, especially after figuring out he was innocent.
Give me a second. Right, and that Sylvester Hayes does have a warrant.
Then maybe that's. I'm the third, man.
Okay, so your last name is Hayes?
Hayes, Sylvester Hayes is third.
Guns or stuff like that are in play?
I didn't pull anything, sir.
No, I never said you did, right?
With everything, come on, man, with everything that's going on now, why would I pull the gun, man? I ain't trying to be another man, come on, man. I don't have to say it. I'm fighting for my life, man. I got 4 babies at the house, man. What if happened and they would have, come on, man.
I understand.
For nothing, though.
So
for
here.
Nothing. My car's up today, I'm paying on it. Like, I got a good job. I work security. Like, I'm trying to be one of y'all, but like, come on, man, this how y'all do. This how y'all do me. I'm working to be y'all, bro. Respectful. I'm like, hey, you bitch the fool.
Yeah, because we pulled up and everybody was fighting and we just want to just end it right there.
Exactly. It was because of them. I didn't say anything, man. I was complying. Okay. If they had their radio on, I was complying, man.
Hayes is correct, as he didn't do anything wrong throughout the encounter. Moments later, a police sergeant arrived on the scene and confronted the initial 2 cops, demanding an explanation for the arrest.
And she was like, oh, let's look at the registered owner or whatever. So she does. She goes to AIS, and it's a cross-reference, and it pops up red. So she's like, okay. She kind of looks at it, but by that time we had already lost him. He had already gone into like the Family Dollar parking lot or whatever. The Family Dollar parking lot. So then, as she's searching, she finds out that the name that she put on there, whatever was on AIS, had continuous family violence, warrant. And he fails to signal within 100 feet from the stop sign here in Southern Oaks and Overton. And as soon as he came up here, we obviously pulled him over.
So you got the reason for contact?
Yeah. So I pulled up to the car and I'm like, hey man, look, you got pulled over for this, and this. And he was like, well, that's not fair because you were watching me from the other side. I was like, yeah, we were on the other side of the light. Well, you were crossing. So obviously, you know what I mean? Yeah. So then
the officers struggled to narrate the entire incident to their sergeant, and it was evident that they had realized the huge mistake they made. At this point, they were just struggling to make amends.
There's, I guess, a lot
He does have tickets.
He does have the tickets. So when I'm like, hey, bro, so in order for us to be able to like try to get him out of the car, and the flight was on.
Okay.
And then I was like, bro, come on.
So you got jail traffic, resisting arrest, right?
Yeah, we have failed to signal 100 feet, and then he has tickets. He had a gun in his pocket because he kept going like this.
That's why he was acting so crazy.
Okay, because
he had a pistol in his freaking pocket. And at that point, whenever we were trying to get him out of the car, Whitman was on the other side. He was like, gun, right pocket, gun.
The cops were exposed, and instead of owning to their mistake, they continued to search for ways to avoid humiliation. Even the sergeant made no attempts to get to the bottom of the situation and hold the cops accountable.
He has not been convicted. Or no felon?
No felon?
We have UCW resisting.
Resisting? Okay. Resisting because...
Well, I don't know if we were going to be able to put the resisting because you can't resist detention. You can get him out of the car, but I mean, if the fight is on.
So who was on the driver's side?
I was.
So he was listening to your commands at the time, right?
No, he was not. As soon as I had to open the door when I was like, hey, come on, bro, come on, let's step
Because the
out.
witness saw the gun. You had probable cause to stop him because y'all looked at his name in his picture earlier and could identify him.
We couldn't see it in the car. So that's the thing.
We have a traffic violation.
You got traffic
violation, yeah.
Because of reason for contact.
Yeah, so I wasn't going to be like, oh, it's an investigative stop and then it turns into shit. Like, no. So we were going to get...
So when the pistol come back clean, that's fine. And then what was his injury?
Nothing.
But if he resisted, he resisted. You know what I'm saying? So we got him on that, right?
Yeah.
So that we're good. So yeah. So just find out.
Ended up being like the third or something like that. But as soon as I saw the lesser Hayes, I was like, okay, let's get him out. Well, we
Hayes' rights were blatantly violated throughout the arrest, and after this, he was transported to the police station where he was charged with resisting arrest and unlawful possession of a weapon. Hayes spent a considerable time in jail, and shockingly, his charges were dropped after 14 months. After the arrest, Hayes lost his job and his house as his life came crashing down. However, he filed a lawsuit against the police department and the officers involved in the incident. The lawsuit is still in proceedings, and we sincerely hope that justice prevails and Hayes gets the compensation he rightfully deserves. Cops often make some terrible decisions, such as this one involving a 10-year-old kid.
Sit. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Put the phone down.
This terrifying encounter happened on the 16th of April 2021 in Pittsfield Township, when several police officers were investigating some cars following a shooting inside a mall. However, among them, one of the drivers sped past the cops, leading to a pursuit. The man reached speeds of up to 100 miles per hour before finally being stopped. To make matters worse, there was also a passenger in the front seat who immediately left the vehicle as it stopped.
Hands. Put the phone down now. Sit. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Put the phone down.
The little boy was the son of the driver, and he was only 10 years old. He was terrified once the officer pointed his gun towards him, and if that wasn't enough, he even handcuffed him. The situation kept escalating as the poor boy's father was being apprehended by the cops in front of his eyes.
Can you put him up? 1534.
Is there anything in fact we need to know about?
No, nothing.
All right.
Here, you can check.
You're okay, all right? Who's in the car with you? It's your dad? Okay. Do you know why he took off running?
Huh?
Running?
No.
Okay. He's gonna be okay too. Don't worry about it, all right? You're okay. Everything's gonna be...
Stop pulling away from me. Stop. Stop. Where's the sergeant? Stop. Get off of me, dude. Stop.
I'm gonna pull your mask up, okay? You're okay? You're not hurt at all?
No.
On the ambulance training?
I'm scared.
Everything's gonna be good. Don't worry about it, all right?
For units out on Jamesville, we're going to take the patch off and interrupt one in Metro East. The detail will be on interrupt.
Can I call my mom?
Amidst the chaos, the boy's father realized that his son was also handcuffed by the cops. The father was rightly frustrated and decided to take it all out on the officer.
Can make some phone calls in just a little bit. He's okay. He's okay.
Are you in?
He's all right. Here, do me a favor. Let's go over to this side of the car, okay? You're good. You're good. Where's your mom at?
He's at home.
Okay. All right.
Why y'all got my son in handcuffs, bro?
Here, let's go over to my car. We'll get you out of those handcuffs, all right?
Finally, the officer seemed to regain some sense as he took some steps to make some amends to his previous actions.
Take him out of handcuffs. Okay. I was actually just taking him over to the car to do it. All right, you're good. Do you want to call your mom?
Yeah.
All right, we can call your mom.
You want to have a seat right there on the curb?
Go and sit on the curb, all right?
Right there.
You're good. You can stand. You can sit. It's up to you. I get it.
The poor boy, still nervous about what was happening, was allowed to call his mother to come pick him up. As her mother answered the phone, she too was visibly frightened by the incident.
Hello?
Yes.
You don't have to come home.
I gotta come get you.
I don't know.
What is it? Huron Street?
Huron
The
Street?
Kroger at Huron Street in 94.
12 on Huron Street, 94.
What do you mean? What's going on?
My dad got pulled over.
I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm coming from FC. Tell them I'm on my way.
Okay, just tell her everything's okay. He's all right. So just hurry, but don't hurry, okay? We don't want you to get into an accident. He's okay.
Where? Huron where?
Huron Street 94. We're at the Kroger.
At the Kroger by
McDonald's.
There's a powerhouse gym there. A Shell station. We're right behind the Shell station.
In the following minutes, the boy waited for his mother to arrive, and the officers kept trying to facilitate. While the officers' gestures were kind, it's important to note that pointing a gun at a kid can't be justified by any means.
Y'all good? You need a water or anything? You thirsty? Yeah. Gatorade? Hey, cassette, can you? I'm gonna grab him a drink.
Okay.
You want a Gatorade or a water?
Gatorade.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep.
It's a bag in the car and it's green and it's my grandma's gift.
Yeah, we'll make sure we get everything for you. They're gonna have to do some things with the car just because, you know, what happened. But yeah, we'll definitely make sure we get that for you. Don't worry about that. I know I asked you, but you're okay. You don't need the paramedics to look at you at all. Didn't hit your head.
No.
Seatbelt was on, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. And like I said, sorry about that initial stuff. All right.
My dad. Dad wants to go over there.
You wanna go see your dad? Don't forget your Gatorade. Mom's on her way.
In our third case, a pair of corrupt cops faced the consequences of failing to do their job. A pair of LAPD officers were chasing a suspect when one of them made one of the biggest blunders you'll ever see from a cop.
Oh my God. Is that him? Oh my God. Oh, what the car? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my God, you left the car in reverse. Oh my God.
Instead of chasing the suspect, this guy tried to chase his car after forgetting to put it in park. This cop had a tough day at work, but this next captain downright failed at her job.
You're a captain, you should know these things,
I am a captain, and just because you're talking all this gobbledygook BS, frankly.
In November 20th, 21, First Amendment auditor Sean Paul Reyes decided to conduct an audit at the City Hall in Binghamton, New York. Moments into the audit, he was confronted by a police captain who decided to have a go at him.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you, man?
Good. What's your name?
Excuse me, who are you?
I am Captain Sutliff from the police department. What's your name?
Captain what?
Sutliff, I told you.
Captain
Yes.
Sutliff.
Yes.
Okay, why are you?
I got a complaint that you're harassing people up here.
That's not true at all. I'm just.
Well, did you have a discussion with a guy down in engineering or code?
Yeah, he told me he wouldn't give me his name, and I said, "You're
But
a public."
did you have any business with him? Or did you just argue with him?
Ma'am, don't.
It's a simple question.
Yeah, don't act like you know what's going on when you don't.
Well,
you weren't
because you
there.
already told me, so I'm asking you to verify.
Yeah, well, I had a discussion with a public servant, correct?
Okay, and did you have any legitimate business in there?
Yeah, I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story.
That's not legitimate business,
According to who?
according to me. Did you have business with
You don't,
that person?
respectfully, ma'am, you don't tell me what my business is. That's
That's
lawful
not what
business.
I'm saying. I'm saying if you have business in here with that person, then go ahead and
He
have
came out to talk to
conversation.
me. I didn't talk to him.
Can I finish what I'm saying?
Sure you can. I
If you
told
want to walk through a public building, that's okay. But with you standing here and filming people's faces, that's bothering
that's
them,
still
harassing
okay.
them,
That's still
and
okay.
upsetting them.
That's still okay because it's public.
Not
and
if you're just sitting there doing that to them. It's not, okay?
that's not what I'm doing.
You're going through the building.
Do you have evidence or
legitimate-
do you have evidence or proof that
Can
I'm
you
doing
stop
that, ma'am?
interrupting me?
Ma'am, I don't even know.
I'm telling you.
I don't
This
know.
is a public building. And
I know
you come
that.
do business.
And I'm
okay?
I'm conducting business,
that's not
constitutionally
city
protected business. It's constitutionally protected
Did
business,
you walk
ma'am.
through these halls already?
Ma'am, it's constantly
Then
protected
you're okay.
business.
Imagine the audacity of this police captain, who considers her word the final one. I wonder if these officers even try to read the Constitution before getting to this level of entitlement.
I did not make any contact
Listen.
with the engineer, with whoever you just spoke to. I didn't make any contact with
You
him.
had conversation with him.
He came out to speak to me from his office. That has
You were
nothing to
in
do.
his office.
No, I was not. I was not
When
in
I
his.
came up here 5 minutes ago, you were not in the hallway. You were in his
I
office.
wasn't in his private office. I was in the public lobby
not
of an
private
office.
office.
Yeah,
His
a public
work office.
a public lobby of an office.
You're correct. It's a public office.
Correct.
If you don't have business in there, they can ask you to leave.
Ma'am.
You don't have legitimate business in
Yes,
there.
I did.
You
You're
already
saying
walked
that
through
my
and took
you're
the
saying that my
videos.
business isn't legitimate, but that doesn't
It's
make it
not.
so. That doesn't
not.
make it so, ma'am.
Just
You're
like,
wrong.
Just
You're
like
wrong.
if you go in the clerk's office and you don't have legitimate business with them, they'll ask you to leave.
I do have legitimate business. You're wrong.
Going around taping people up to their face is not legitimate business here.
That's not what I'm doing.
I
That's
just
not what I'm
watched
doing.
you taping these poor secretaries.
Poor
Why?
secretaries? They're public servants. I was looking at the mayor's office. I've never seen
What
them.
are you going to do with their private faces? You can't release that.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
There is no privacy. There is no expectation of privacy in public, ma'am.
No, you can't.
Yes, I am, because I'm an independent
No, you
journalist.
can't.
I'm news media,
Okay,
ma'am.
so the point being, you've already gone through and done your work.
Okay.
So if you don't have legitimate business here, then leave.
I do have legitimate. I told you I have constitutionally protected business here.
Okay, what business do you have with the mayor's office?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I have business with
You were just
anybody.
taking them. What business do you have with the mayor's office?
Ma'am, I gather
Answer
content.
the question.
I'm trying to if you let
You're
me
not.
speak.
You're talking in circles.
If you let me speak.
The captain was acting like a true Karen, legally clueless and downright rude to the auditor, who was about to put her in her place.
I saw their office.
That's talk, okay?
How is that
Do you make
talk?
an appointment with them?
I don't need
Do you
an
have
appointment.
something-
This is a
Yes,
public
you do.
building.
You do.
This is a public building. This is the people's building. This doesn't belong
You
to
need
the
an
mayor.
appointment to speak to them.
This belongs to the constituents and the people, ma'am.
Okay,
I'm not being
so
disrespectful
talk.
to anybody.
Okay. Public servants.
You're coming
still
over
have
here
to
trying.
conduct
You're coming over here
business.
trying to intimidate me, and it's not
I'm
going to
not
work.
trying to intimidate you.
It's not going to work. I'm very respectful
Listen
to everybody
me.
I come in
Listen
contact
to
with,
me.
and I ask
You're
the
interrupting
same.
their business.
No, I'm
You
not.
went through. You took your.
I'm not
your
interrupting
pictures,
anybody's
whatever,
business. I'm
so you
I'm
can
working
be
on a
done.
story on City Hall. You don't tell me when I'm done, ma'am.
Yes, I can. Because now they can't get their work done because they're upset.
Because they're upset. What
They're upset and
what
harassed.
law is that, Captain? Upset.
What did I?
Are you feelings police or law
It's
enforcement?
not. Listen, you're interrupting their
I'm
work.
not breaking any laws.
That's the problem. If you're interrupting their work,
He came
and
out of
have no
his
legitimate
office.
business,
He came out of his office to make contact with me.
You were in his office. I saw it.
I was in the lobby of his office, and he came out of his
It's not the lobby
office.
of his office. It's his office.
The whole thing is his office.
It's their office. Absolutely.
This tyrant showed no signs of being a police captain. It's disheartening to think that officers like her, clueless about the law, are being promoted within our forces.
I have business here. I'm told you, I'm working on a story. Ma'am, you don't tell me. You can't tell me what my business is, and if you'd like, you can. So go ahead and do it. Order
I
me.
already did.
Order me to leave.
I just told you to many times.
No, you didn't.
Okay?
You said no. You never ordered me to leave, and you know there's
I
a
did.
difference.
I
No, you
said
did
if
not.
you're done, you can leave. Which
You
you
can-
already took all your pictures.
You can leave is different from you must
I'm
leave,
not getting
ma'am.
in this conversation.
Because you don't want a civil suit, because I will
There
sue
is
you.
no civil suit.
You better
There
believe I
isn't.
would sue you, ma'am. If you violate my constitutional rights,
Listen.
you will lose qualified immunity because you're captain. You should know. You should know better. You should know better than
I know
this.
much better than you do.
You should
Trust
know
me.
better then.
Okay?
You should know
were
better.
allowed
I'm being
to
very
come in-
respectful with everybody I
you
come
were
in
allowed to
contact
come
with,
in and do
ma'am.
your thing. You've done it. You
Is there-
can't have all day to be in here. You
Why
have
not?
to have
Why
legitimate
wouldn't?
business
Why?
to be in here.
Why wouldn't I have all day to
Because
be in
It's
here?
not a community hangout office.
This is not. I'm
okay?
working on a story. I'm a journalist working on a story.
You're interrupting people's work. You've already got your video.
That's not
you
true.
You can leave now.
That's not true.
Absolutely.
That's not true. I have legitimate.
absolutely
I have
true.
legitimate First Amendment business here. I have freedom of press. This is a public building. I'm not bothering anybody. I don't even want to talk to
You've already
anybody.
been through all the public areas.
That's not true.
Why is that not true?
And plus, it doesn't matter.
Well, no, why is that
disseminating.
not
I'm
true?
disseminating information to the public, ma'am. I
Why
can
is
take
that-
pictures of City
See,
Hall
you're
all
not
day.
answering the question.
I can take pictures of
Okay.
City Hall all day, ma'am.
You've already been in the public areas.
You
These
can't
are
tell me to
business
leave. You can't tell me to leave from public without. I'm not committing a crime.
I can.
And the contrary.
You're interrupting business.
No, I'm
I
not.
can.
But I'm not. Go ahead and
You
do
are.
it. Do it, and
You
then you'll
are.
see the consequences of it in
You
civil
are.
court.
It really baffles me how these law enforcement officers and public officials are afraid of the camera. This Karen kept arguing, and her entitlement was about to reach a whole new level.
Did you finish your floors?
Ma'am, I don't.
Because I'm told you did. Maybe
Okay.
you did, maybe you didn't, but that's
Okay.
what I'm told.
It doesn't matter, ma'am. Look,
It does matter.
What you're doing right now, do you see the people behind you who are just sitting watching this spectacle? You're stopping people from conducting business, ma'am.
Not at
There's
all.
people behind you just
Not
sitting
at
there
all.
watching.
And I've gotten multiple
I would've-
complaints already. That
it
you're
doesn't
taking
matter
pictures
about
of
the
their
complaints.
faces and their desks, which contain personal information.
There is no expectation of privacy in public, ma'am. You should know that as
There
captain.
is for certain things. There
No, there is not.
absolutely is.
No, there is not. They're in
There
public.
absolutely is.
This
because
is a public
people
building.
have personal documents with people's information that you're not privy to.
And I'm not.
So-
I'm not going into anybody's personal office. I'm
It's a
allowed to
business
be
office. Same idea.
It's a
People's
building
paperwork
permits
or
office.
People's names and stuff are in these offices.
You're not
You're
making any
allowed
sense.
to copy any of that. You're not allowed to film any of that.
there. Yeah, that's
You
not true.
filmed going through the office, the public area.
It's their job.
Great.
It's their job to create the privacy,
Great.
ma'am, in public. They have to
Okay.
create the privacy. You're a captain.
No,
you should
it's
know
not.
these things,
I am a
ma'am.
captain, and just because you're talking all this gobbledygook BS, frankly,
No, it's not.
does not change the law and does not change our job.
What law am I breaking? Can you articulate it to me?
Where else do you need to go?
Can you articulate the law that I'm breaking?
Where else do you need to go?
Because you know there is not one.
Where else do
I would
you
like
need
to
go?
continue about my business and not be molested by you.
What is your business?
Sean wouldn't back down as he kept forcing the truth. As an experienced auditor, he knows how to handle these tyrants and eventually force the officer to retreat.
So
You are harassing
someone's
me.
face like this that you have no legitimate
I've never,
business with.
I've never gone in
not-
anybody's face. You're lying. That is a blatant lie.
I'm telling you what I was told.
Then whoever told you that is
Really?
lying. I've never even, this is the closest I've been to somebody, and that's because you came up to me, ma'am. This is the closest I've been to somebody.
So this person lied when they said you were in there.
Correct. They did lie.
and giving them a hard
They did
time?
lie. Yes, they did lie.
Okay, so be it.
They did lie.
you
And that's
can go
why I record, because
So
people
you
who
can go on
lie,
with your business.
people do lie.
Okay.
The video doesn't lie, ma'am. And I would like to go.
Listen.
I would like to.
Go on with it. Go.
Great, thank you. Appreciate it.
Go.
Hey, officer, can I get your name and badge number, please?
My name's Oscar Sager, badge number 145.
Sager 145. Thank you.
If you keep just in their faces and they call me again, it's going to be a problem.
That sounds like a threat.
No,
And,
I'm telling you, they're going to keep calling and it's going to be a problem.
that's not a law that I'm
Okay.
breaking. So go ahead. There's not
Because
gonna,
that's not
you,
doing-
ma'am.
that's not
You're gonna have
doing
civil.
public work.
You're gonna have civil
Just keep
problems.
moving.
You're gonna have civil problems, ma'am.
Yeah, just keep moving, okay?
Okay. Just remember,
Okay.
violation of rights. When you know about it, you lose your qualified immunity. Okay.
Listen, you don't even know what you're talking about.
I do.
Just get over it.
I do.
You don't.
I do. Goodbye.
Sean was allowed to continue filming as the captain went away. He eventually left the building and was shocked by the captain's behavior in general. Recently, in July 20th, 24, he returned to the building for another audit. And guess who Sean bumped into again during his next audit? You got it, Captain Sutler.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. Something I can help you with?
Captain Sutliff?
Excuse me?
Captain Sutliff?
Am I Captain Sutliff? Yes.
Yes, hi, how are you? My name
Good,
is
how are
Sean.
you?
We met before.
Yeah. What's up?
Hi, I would just wanted to talk to you and see if, put our olive branch with you and see if we can come to a, resolution of our interaction last time.
I don't think there's any resolution to be had.
You don't think so? You don't think that you treated me in a way that was unbecoming of a public servant? Spectacle? You're stopping. You don't think so?
I'm not getting into this again because it was.
No, I don't want to. I said an olive branch. I'm not trying to misconstrue anything. I'm just saying,
Okay. All right. Well, have a nice day.
do you not think that your behavior?
Have a nice day.
So you think your behavior was acceptable, Captain? Apparently you do. I don't think so. Hey, can I ask you guys a question? You guys work for New York State courts. There's a courthouse in this building?
Yes, there is.
There's a court. Where is it?
5th floor.
Oh, the 5th floor. Is it like a city court or city court? So Binghamton City Court. In fact, Captain Sutliff is the officer in charge of internal affairs. So she literally investigated herself and found no wrongdoing. That's exactly what happened here. Absolutely ridiculous. So this is the police department, but I don't see any way that it's open to the public. What are the chances that I walk in right when Captain Sutliff was here? Incredible the way the universe works, isn't it?
Sean had no idea he would be bumping into the captain again, and despite him giving her a chance to apologize, she just never did, showing you how big of a tyrant she is. Well, this captain was clueless, but the next officer made a huge mistake in his job.
He grabbed my ID. This cop grabbed my ID out of my car.
In August the 20th, 22, a police officer pulled over a vehicle for alleged speeding. The driver insisted they hadn't exceeded the speed limit. Instead of addressing the claim, the officer began fabricating details about the incident.
Get your ID on you.
Am I being detained?
Yes, right now you are.
For what? What reasonable articulable suspicion you got that I committed a crime?
You didn't slow down.
You can't. That's not a crime. You can't tell me to slow down when I don't even. I'm driving up there and you told me to slow down.
Hand me your ID,
Reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. Tell me what it is.
Hand me your ID, sir.
Let me get a supervisor.
Hand me your ID, sir.
Supervisor.
Hand me
I'm
your
asking
ID,
you
sir.
for a supervisor.
Hand me your ID, sir.
I'm asking you for a supervisor.
Hand me your ID, sir.
I'm asking you for a supervisor,
Hand me your
sir.
ID, sir.
What reasonable articulable suspicion have you got that I committed a crime?
Hand me your ID, sir.
You just said to me, you asked me to slow down and I didn't, and I'm sitting still, sir.
Go ahead. I'm just asking for your ID, sir.
What do you need my ID, sir?
Just give me your
We didn't do
ID.
anything wrong.
We're not going to jail for
He's done
anything.
right, but he's done run it. I heard everything come back and they said
That
I'm
was on
fine.
the tag.
I'm the owner of the car.
I know, I'm just checking to see who you are.
Right. But you don't have any articulable suspicion of
I
what's
sit
the
there
crime
and I told
committed.
you to slow down and you kept on going.
How can you tell me to slow down?
It's bizarre how these clueless cops overestimate their authority. He could never instruct him to slow down when he's already over the speed limit. But if this wasn't enough, he proceeded to do something shocking that will leave you fuming.
When I'm just sitting still, sir. How can you tell me to slow down?
You were not sitting still when you went blowing by me.
You weren't up there.
I was standing right there.
This gentleman here told us to
and
pull
then
in
he
here.
stepped out in the road to tell you to stop.
No, he told us to pull in here. He grabbed my ID. This cop grabbed my ID out of my car.
You don't have no problems, brother.
No, I ain't got no problems. Seriously,
I'm calling my shit right now.
Sir, can you have my wallet back to me and I'll take my ID out? You don't need my wallet. It's got money in it.
Now, this is one thing you never expect from a police officer. He didn't just got hold of his wallet without permission, but he actually stole his property. For anyone else, this would be a clear-cut criminal charge. But watch how this pig conveniently avoids accountability.
Inspector John M. Stewart out of Walling, Tennessee. He has a valid Class Delta, no gun permit, no restrictions, several priors, negative income.
Get your name and badge number, sir.
Badge number's 1212.
And your last name?
Pack.
Pack. You tell me why you reached in my car and grabbed my ID like that?
Because I asked you to hand them to me, and I could have put you in cuffs.
What's your location?
I asked you to slow down. You did not slow down. I had every right to pull you out of this car and detain you when I asked you for your name, and you did not give your name. I asked you for your license. You did not give me your license.
Please explain to me, what do you mean you asked us to slow down?
When I told you to slow down and you did not slow down, you only slowed down when the man stepped out in front of your car. Sir,
and told us to pull in here. Did he not? And we pulled in here.
Yes, after he stepped in front of your car to keep you from hitting him. So that's the only time you stopped. So I'm not going to tell you that again. I do have a right to detain you.
It's cops like these who deserve to lose their qualified immunity, as they love violating people's rights.
There's nothing.
I do have a right to ask you for your ID.
We were slowing down to come through this intersection. We don't know what's going on. I didn't say it wasn't a lawful order.
I do have a right to ask you for your ID at any time. So whether you want to or not, you do have to comply with that. Whether you're recording that or not.
The recording's just for me. That ain't got anything to do with it. We are slowing down. We come over this hill. We don't know what's going on.
When you came down through there and you saw blue lights right there, and then I tell you to slow down, you did not slow down. You kept on going right past me.
Doing 5 miles an hour.
No, you were not doing
This gentleman come out and slowed us down.
30 miles an hour.
We wasn't doing 30 miles an hour.
Yes. You were doing more than that. You were doing 40. Down through there.
Oh, yeah, until we got stopped. I'm sure we might have been doing 35 or 40, but I wasn't doing no 35 or 40 when we come up to you or that gentleman over there.
Slow down, and you didn't. You went right past me, and then he stepped out in front of me. So, that's the reason why you were being detained. All right, slow down.
Thank you, sir.
Speed limit's 30 miles an hour all the way down through here.
And we weren't going over 30.
Yes, you were. When you came past me, you were.
Let us go.
Believe me, I can tell.
All right.
I do this for a living. All right?
What was your name again, sir?
I told you already. You got it recorded.
Pat? Okay. Are we free to go?
Just a second. As soon as this car goes by.
Hang on, don't back up yet.
Come on.
Surprised they didn't try to get yours because you're a black man out here in this county, you know it? Look. These motherfuckers.
This was an open Fourth Amendment violation, and the deputy had no care in the world. John did a great job fighting for his rights, but it's unclear whether he filed a lawsuit, as this incident certainly warranted it. Well, if you think this cop was awful, the next one took things up a notch.
You need to de-escalate this situation. You need to stay away from me. First, it's 6 feet.
In October 2020, a citizen was trying to practice riding his motorcycle at a public parking lot of a school after hours. He put his backpack down and started riding his bike. However, just moments later, an officer stopped him and started to escalate the situation unnecessarily.
Is that a felony or a misdemeanor?
Listen, we're not going to debate here on camera, okay? You're going to answer my questions, okay? And you're going to provide me your identification.
The officer accused him of littering simply because he dropped his backpack around the corner. It's astonishing how some cops find excuses like these, seemingly just to inflate their egos.
Are you the sergeant?
I am the sergeant.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for de-escalating this.
Okay.
What's your name and badge
Sergeant
number?
Basor. I'm with the Genesee Township Police Department.
Thank you for being professional.
All right. Is this your vehicle?
Hold on. I don't request any searches or seizures of my property.
It's your bag and you left it there.
Is it your bag? Yes or no? Is it your bag? Yes or no?
Yes, it's my bag.
Okay.
You put my bag down, dude.
Why'd you throw it down?
I don't have to answer your questions. I'm not illegally obligated to answer your questions, for one. For two,
I don't know who you are yet.
Right? I've done nothing wrong, though. Am I legally obligated to answer who I am? Right, but am I legally obligated? I understand that. I come here and I practice riding my motorcycle. Okay. I take my bag off and put it right there so I'm not riding with it on me. Okay. All I did was pull up, check my tire pressure, put my bag down, okay. And he came up to me asking questions saying I was being detained. That's an illegal detainment.
If he felt, based on everything that's going on in the crazy world that we live in right now, people that leave bags around, that we're at a school where there's kids at and practicing football, he deemed it suspicious. He doesn't know who you are, so he's checking you out. And he's asking some simple questions.
And that's understandable, but suspicion is not a crime.
Okay, if he deems it suspicious, just the same as if somebody was driving a motorcycle in your neighborhood, just hear me out.
Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Somebody was driving a motorcycle in your neighborhood and they dropped a bag that was near their home, or near your home, when you want us to at least check them out?
100%, 100%. Right, but it was the way he did it. It was the way he did it. It was very unprofessional and aggressive.
The sergeant appeared to calm the nerves and de-escalate the situation, but he didn't even correct his officer, who was about to violate some more constitutional rights.
And then, are you going to be professional and identify yourself? You're a member of the public. No, you didn't. What's your name and your badge number? Thank you for being professional.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
It is open to the public.
I didn't share it. That you illegally took my information. So he just said that's exactly right.
Because he has a lawful opportunity to do so. Listen, I don't even know what your first name is. If he deems it suspicious and he's checking it out, he can do so, lawfully do so. All right. So as it stands,
it didn't start out being defensive.
I don't.
Did you forfeit this bag when you sat it over there?
I don't forfeit my bag for sending it over there.
You drove it away, like I just got done saying. If you left it there and drove away from it, you lose an expectation of privacy for it.
No, that is not correct. You're telling me I can't send my bag down to practice riding my motorcycle?
Never, but you jumped to a conclusion and went right to the defense. Right?
Exactly.
No, I'm not legally obligated to tell him anything.
First of all, I don't even know who you are.
You don't have to know who I am.
Okay, if he deemed it suspicious and he's checking it out.
Suspicion is not a crime.
You're operating a motor vehicle.
No, I'm not. I'm parked. I'm parked.
At the time you were.
I'm parked when he pulled up. I was parked.
Okay. Do you have an identification? Do you have an identification?
I don't answer questions. I'm not answering any questions. That was very unprofessional of him. It was very aggressive. I'm glad you de-escalated. I don't know what he would have done if you didn't de-escalate that.
The individual was doing a fantastic job standing up for his rights, as he managed to stick up to these two corrupt cops who were making a huge mistake defending their actions.
We're good? What do you mean we're good?
You want something else done?
Yeah, your card. I want your card. I want your card. I want your card.
I'll make sure you get it.
I got it right here.
Thank you.
I'll give it to him. He told you he was Officer Stasi.
Right, but that's ridiculous. He's a member of the public.
He's doing his job. I'll give you his name.
That was understanding. Me understanding.
Sure. Again, it's the same subject want us to check that person out and ensure that that's who they are.
Understandable.
You have a legal obligation to know. We need to know who you are. Okay, if you say no, I'm not telling you who I am, and we're investigating something that we deem to be suspicious, now you're obstructing.
If I'm being detained for a crime,
yeah.
He detained me. I didn't do no crime. He legally detained me. I didn't do any crime here.
Okay, detaining is different from an arrest.
Yeah, but you have to detain me for something I've done illegally.
To ensure that something isn't going on, and he's done so in enough fashion. Okay, he's done so in enough fashion to determine that there isn't a crime present, right?
You're cops-plaining me right now. You're cops-plaining me. All I did was pull up here, and I was gonna practice riding my motorcycle. He pulled up, asked me a bunch of questions. I was like, okay, what is there a reason why you're asking all these questions? Okay. And then he got all like ego out of control and started saying I was detained and this and that, and like all I was doing is asking him why I'm being questioned for illegal activity. I'm doing nothing illegal. Whatever. And then he illegally searched my bag like I'm doing something wrong. I understand that, yes.
Once you leave something there, he's checking out to make sure there's any weapons, especially with school shootings, with everything else that's going on in this crazy world. He's ensuring that we're keeping our kids safe here. And if you have an issue with that, then you really need to think about
I do not have an issue for that.
Okay.
One has to wonder what law class this sergeant attended, as he clearly seems unaware of the U.S. Constitution and the laws governing detainment and arrests.
When my boss approaches me sometimes, I don't like the way he does it, but you know what? He does it, and I listen to him, I respect it. So all we're asking is that we get the respect that he came here to check something out that he deems suspicious, right? Mm-hmm. And in doing so, he found that everything was fine, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so are we done?
We're done, but
did he do his job?
I mean, I feel like my rights were violated.
Okay, if he deemed it suspicious and he detained you for a time until he could deem it, it wasn't suspicious.
You can't detain someone without a crime, though.
No.
Suspicion is not a crime.
There's a difference. A simple detainment is separate from an arrest. Are you in handcuffs?
Well, you could.
Are you in handcuffs?
No, sir. But
have you been told you've been placed under arrest?
No, sir.
Okay. So all he's doing is talking with you to deem whether or not something was suspicious. And yes, at a school, after hours, when there's no other people around and you leave a bag around, yeah, that can be certainly deemed suspicious.
Who do I speak to about this as far as like
You're talking to me.
All right, and you're saying that my rights weren't violated at all in any way?
Checked it out. If you weren't sitting in the back of his car and this is a personal contact, okay, and he wants to know who you are, he could have went down the road of obstruction, but he didn't.
That's a secondary charge. Obstruction. You have to have a.
You haven't been charged with anything yet.
Right. So how can he charge me with obstruction?
Because we don't know who you are. Right now, as we stand, I still don't know who you are.
I don't have to identify unless I've committed a crime.
Okay. That's not true.
That's 100% true.
It's absurd when these pigs just don't accept their mistake. It's clear as daylight that this guy's rights were violated, as he was illegally detained and searched. Yet the supervisor thinks everything was justified.
Okay, he deemed it suspicious.
A Terry stop doesn't mean I have to give away my rights. That's just a frisk. That's a CC.
Did he frisk you?
That's
a pat you down.
Right, that's a Terry stop.
It is a person-to-person contact.
Right, it's consensual. I don't have to tell you who I am unless I've committed a crime.
He hasn't done anything wrong, and neither have you. And we're gonna leave it at that.
He illegally searched my bag and took my ID, and he ID'd me. I have a right to privacy as a private citizen.
When you leave it in a parking lot and walk away from it and drive away from it, like he said you did.
But I didn't do that.
Okay, but that's what he's saying. I can only go based on what he said. I don't know what was here because I wasn't here. But he said you left it be. You said you
bag's right there, and I'm right here. That questioned me with my bag sitting right there.
How am I supposed to know everything that was going on when I'm pulling up to a scene not knowing exactly what's taking place? How am I supposed to know that?
Well, you know that I'm right here still, so I didn't pull away from the bag.
Okay, I don't even know where the bag was at.
It's sitting right there.
Okay.
You watched him go over there and grab it. Come on, man. Come on.
So you leave a bag around. I just got done explaining to you.
I'm just saying, if you're saying this is 100% legal, what just happened here, you're saying this is 100% legal?
If you have anything else you want to talk to my lieutenant about it, you want to talk to the chief about it, be my guest.
Okay? All right.
What he did is trying to keep the kids safe, and I'm sure you can respect that.
I can respect that 100%, but not my butt.
Nobody got detained as far as being put in handcuffs, being put in a car.
No, he detained
You're
me.
out here. All right, I'm sorry.
Am I still being detained right now? Because he left.
You're talking to me, and you still have me on camera.
But he's the one
having a discussion.
But he's the one that detained me, and he took off without saying I was not being detained anymore.
He said we're done.
So I'm not being detained right now.
Nobody said you're being detained right now. You can walk away if you want to.
But he's detained me. Is what he said. He said I was being detained.
At that point, you were detained. But you still weren't in handcuffs. You weren't putting anything. He was just trying to figure out what was going on.
Right, but I was being detained for.
I need to explain to you.
Eventually, the sergeant also left as the individual got both of the cops' business card. It's unclear whether he filed a complaint, but he could easily pursue a lawsuit and win, given the clear violations of his rights. Finally, watch as this officer's career goes down in flames after being sued for his inhumane behavior. On May 14th, 2024, an employee from Food Lion contacted 911 to complain about a shoplifting suspect. The officer arrived at the scene and encountered the suspect, 46-year-old Dennis Bodden, attempting to leave with the stolen items.
Yes, can I get an officer to 10120 Johnston Road, Food Line?
Hold on one moment.
I got this.
Food Line on Johnston Road?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what's your name? What's going on?
I got the same guy who keep coming in here shoplifting. Saying he's African American, he's 6'5", he's probably about 220, 230. Right now he's in the produce department making his round.
Okay.
The same guy your officer keep coming for. And
Is he currently concealing items now?
yes, he's right now.
Okay.
Right now.
I'm gonna try to get up with him. He's wearing a yellow raincoat.
Tell her.
Stop, police. Stop, police. Better back up. Get on the ground.
Bodden was very well known to the police being a chronic shoplifter, and his actions didn't surprise the officer one bit. However, something was way off today as the officer followed him around.
Get on the ground.
1514.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground, sir.
No.
All right, we're walking towards AMC. He's already tried to push off on me, so get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Good try.
Get on the ground. Dude, I really don't want to you. Where's somebody at? We're walking on Johnson right now.
Half an hour, Dr. Bottom, good to see you.
Get on the ground. Do not walk into traffic. Get what you stop, dude.
The suspect didn't seem to be in the best of mental conditions as he was struggling and needed help.
He's walking into traffic now. Get on the ground. Get on the fucking ground. Arr! Don't you move! Boy, boy, you took a big... Get on the ground! He's back up. I don't have any more tasers. He was able to get up. Get on the ground! Now! He bit me pretty good on my arm. We're still walking.
23 in the area.
It was shocking to see the backup had not arrived yet. The suspect clearly needed help, but suddenly things escalated, and the cop was forced to do something troubling.
Turn around, Randy. I saw you.
Correct. Where's automatic station? Pulling in now.
You ain't getting away, bro. Get him, Brady. Get him! Back up! Get him! Fired. Fired.
15-8. Fired.
Get on the ground!
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! We can't hear you! Charlotte.
Bodden was 3 times, and he walked a few steps before falling down. He became unresponsive by the time EMS arrived and was pronounced dead. Later, the district attorney's office deemed the use of force justified, claiming that the officer was right to use the weapon. Well, what do you have to say about this? Let us know in the comment. Although the cops' conduct may have been controversial in this case, these next cops were definitely some of the worst.
Hey, whoa, back away from me, man. What are you doing?
I'm going to ask you to nicely to please shut this off and then read the sign and then determine how you want to proceed.
First Amendment Auditor Sean Paul Reyes decided to conduct a First Amendment audit at the Suffolk County Traffic Violations Bureau. As soon as he entered, he faced strong resistance from the officers there.
Sit down.
Hey, whoa, back away from me, man.
Put that down.
What are you doing?
Let's go.
Back away. Back away. This is not. I'm not in a courtroom. I'm not in a courtroom. Who are you? Yeah. Why are you coming up on me like that, man? Well, I'm not in any courtroom or I'm not in a courtroom or anything. I'm not in a restricted area. This is a public area.
Just asking you not to film.
But this is a public area. I'm not.
In the area.
Yes, I'm in a public area. This is a public area.
There's no filming in the area. Let's go.
Yeah, there's no reason for you to get. Listen, are you security guard or law enforcement? Are you security guard or law enforcement, sir? Can I get your name? Badge number 117. Hey, how you doing? Are you supervisor here?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just taking some pictures and video. I'm a journalist.
Sure, come on this way. I'm going to show you the sign.
Yeah, well, let me see the sign. Sure, no problem.
So you probably, I'm going to ask you to nicely to please shut this off and then read the sign and then determine how you want to proceed.
So what rules of the chief judge? Are you law enforcement? Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for five security guards.
Sign and then stop recording.
Sean had seen some of the worst police behaviors, but something was way off here, as they had a completely unconstitutional sign put up. The brave auditor refused to be intimidated by these cheap tactics.
You're law enforcement?
I'm going to ask you to read the sign.
Are you public safety?
And I'm going to ask you to read the sign. And
rules of the chief judge. Electronic recording and audiovisual coverage in court facilities, court proceedings. Yeah, of court proceedings. Whether or not the court is in session, forbidden. Where's the actual order? This is just the sign. Where's like an order from the judge?
From the chief judge, right there. So once again, you're in a courthouse.
Yeah.
You've read the sign. You've seen no video, no photographers, no recording.
What's the law, though?
You've written it. You might want to take a look at this because this is criminal contempt.
Yeah.
To continue, and you know I don't want to see that happen.
You don't have you don't have arrest capabilities. You're a security
Well,
guard.
if I do or don't, I can call a police officer and a deputy sheriff if you'd like me to. What can I do to assist you?
I mean, you could definitely call law enforcement. I would love for you to call law enforcement because I would like for you to get educated. This is not a law. These are policies, sir. Can I get your name?
Sure, Captain Wright.
Captain Wright?
Ray.
Captain Ray. Yes. Yeah, these are policies, and this officer here tried to come at me from behind and put his hands on me.
Oh, he tried to put his hands on you?
Yeah, he tried. I had to back up and put my hand to block him.
So anyway, how can I help you?
Security officers and public safety.
How can I help you?
Security officers and public safety like yourself are here to observe and report, sir.
Eventually, a Suffolk County deputy arrived on the scene, and surprisingly, he was much more cordial than the security officials earlier.
How you doing, sir? You law enforcement officer?
Yes, I am.
Suffolk County Deputy Sheriff?
Yes.
Can I get your name and badge number, please?
Anthony Islanders, 579.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm just a First Amendment, I'm a First Amendment advocate. I'm a journalist. I'm not in, there's no courtrooms around here where I'm at. These are publicly accessible areas. I'm just working on a story, gathering content for a story. Peacefully, I'm not bothering anybody, and they're making a big deal about it.
What are you trying to accomplish?
I'm trying to accomplish exercising my rights without being told to stop. That's really what I'm trying to accomplish.
Mind so I can walk with me out here real quick?
I'd
be happy to talk with you. Can you record me all you want?
I mean, we could talk, but I don't want to talk out there unless you're going to. No, I'm just recording all the signage here and all the public documents that are inside. Yeah, I'm not anywhere near any courtrooms. Nowhere near courtroom. No, not even in them.
I showed this gentleman all the signs and asked him to read it.
Yeah, but these aren't the law. These aren't the law, though. These aren't the law, sir. These are signs. These are policies.
These policies of what the building is asking you of.
Yeah, they're policies. I have a right. This is a public building. I have the right to be in this public building. And just because I'm recording shouldn't restrict my access to the public building. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm not interrupting any courtrooms. I'm not doing anything of that nature.
Sean outwitted the officer who stood there, having no idea what to reply. It's incredibly impressive how this auditor owned this officer and continued to film.
I'm not causing a disturbance. If anything, that security guard over there, while I was filming these signs over here, he tried to run up on me and grab me from behind. And I had to put my hand out to stop him. The guy right behind you, right by the computer screen over there. It was uncalled for. I'm a reasonable guy. I'm not trying to break the law. I'm not breaking the law.
I'm just saying.
I'm not breaking the law.
They have to sign up here for a reason.
I understand it's a policy, but they also, sir, deputy, they also had signs once upon a time that said people of a certain skin color couldn't come into an establishment, correct? Were those signs acceptable? Just because it's on a sign.
Can we talk over here? So
I'd rather.
Over here?
I'll get out the way. We can come over here.
Come over here. Just follow me over here.
We can come over here.
Okay. So what are you trying to do? Besides just record?
I'm just recording in publicly accessible areas. That's all I'm doing. And if you are going to violate my rights in any way, you let me know that, and I'll take it up with the proper venue. If you're gonna arrest me for any reason, I would hope not. I'm not breaking the law.
That's what I'm just trying to talk to you about. I'd rather talk to you over there.
All right, but I don't want to go over there, sir. I want to stay where I'm at. This is a public building. I'd rather stay where I'm at, sir. Excuse me.
Eventually, he left the building as he was being chased by the officers and was intimidated to stop filming. However, recently, in July 2024, he had to return to the same establishment, but this time, he was fighting the 4 retaliatory tickets he had received earlier from an angry officer.
Not a lot of people here. Hi, how are you?
Good. I just need your conference letter.
Sure.
Thank you. Just have a seat. We'll fire you.
All right, thank you. Yes, ma'am. Hi, how are you? Hi, ma'am. How are you?
What'd they do? They gave you tickets from front, back?
So they gave me a ticket for each window. I drive an SUV. I drive an SUV, ma'am. I'm sorry. I drive an SUV, and the back 2 windows, according to the motor vehicle traffic law, the back 2 windows of an SUV could be of any darkness.
Okay.
So he gave me one
What's on your
ticket.
phone? Are you about to show me something?
No, I'm not. I don't need to show you
You're
anything.
going to show me something.
No. I'm just saying he gave me, according to the law, he gave me 2 unlawful tickets. The back 2 windows can be of any darkness. And again, I dispute the front 2 windows were of illegal darkness anyway. Sure.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of 3 of them. Okay. I'm just going to charge you for 1.
Right. Yeah. I appreciate that, ma'am. But you said you would get dismissed 3 of them and charge me for 1 tin ticket. They're all unlawful. So I would just ask for time to get an attorney at that point and go to trial.
Sean immediately noticed some improvement in the building as there were no unconstitutional signs. However, his excitement quickly faded when an official demanded that he stay away from the camera.
What's your basis saying that I'm filmmaking?
Right, because he never my window tints.
Phone down because I feel like you're videoing me.
Can I put my phone down?
Yeah, because I feel like you're videoing me.
I video. Oh, okay. Are you a public servant? I record all my interactions with public servants.
You're not going to record me, so if you put that away, then we'll discuss.
Ma'am, I just record all my interactions for transparency and accountability with...
I'm not going to do that though.
Why not?
So it's a $280 fine. Can you pay that today?
Isn't the director here pro-Constitution? Brian Browns, right?
August 7th. August 7th.
He's pro-First Amendment.
Yeah.
I was told that the director here encourages
Just give us a moment.
constitutional activities.
You can have a seat, please.
Sure, no problem. No problem.
I just have to charge the
Wow, absolutely ridiculous. Because I'm recording for transparency, I'm recording. He has to prove that in court, so we're going to take this to trial. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So you have 4 tint tickets.
Right.
3 of them I'm going to dismiss, and the other one I'm going to drop the fine for you to 105.
I appreciate that, ma'am. I appreciate that, ma'am. It's more than just the money for me. It's about the principle. This officer gave me these tickets in retaliation for we had a previous interaction before he pulled me over that he didn't like, where I was recording him, and he didn't like it, so he pulled me over for the tints. My tints are legal. The back 2 windows can be any darkness. So I would just like to consult an attorney if I can get a date, so I can consult an attorney about moving forward.
That's fine.
Sure. That's fine, yeah.
Courtesy of the new director, Brian Brown, Sean encountered no difficulties in filming the building through the lobbies and the hallway. This shows how one person can make a positive impact in an entire institution. However, this wasn't the last instance Sean was intimidated by some corrupt deputy.
There was no need for you to bring that out here. I know you want to seem cool or whatever, but...
Sean arrived at the Etowah County Correctional Facility, exercising his constitutional right to film when he encountered a sergeant who didn't appreciate his arrival.
Who are you?
Sergeant Daniel, who are you?
My name is Sean. My name is Sean. I don't need any help, Sergeant Daniel. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
I mean, you can't be recording my guys.
I can't be recording who?
You can't be recording my workers.
Why is that?
You just can't be.
Who
are you supposed to be with?
I just can't be? I'm just with myself. I'm not with anybody.
Okay. Well, I need you to go, please.
I'm sorry?
You need to go.
No, I'm okay right here. Thank you. Sergeant Daniel thinks he can tell a free man in this country what to do in a publicly accessible area. Because I'm recording his workers. You mean your slaves? They're not your workers. They're slaves. I mean...
The sergeant exited the building and it appeared the matter had calmed down, but things were about to escalate.
Looks like Sergeant Daniel brought backup with him to try and intimidate a journalist exercising his rights. Excuse me? Who are you, sir? I'm just asking for your name.
Deputy Phillips.
Deputy Phillips? My name is Sean, Deputy Phillips. Is there a reason you have that firearm with you?
Yes. Pepper rifle is used inside the facility.
Well, you're not inside the facility.
This is part of the facility.
This is outside of the facility.
This is still part of it. This is part of my job. This is my security.
Right. There's no need for...
You are on county property. If you do not leave, I will call somebody up here and have you arrested for trespassing.
This is publicly accessible area.
No, it's not.
There's no restricted area signs or no trespassing signs. You all are correctional officers?
The deputy thought he could intimidate the auditor by displaying his firearm, but he had no idea he was up against one of the best auditors who remained calm and collected.
Is this a restricted area?
Yes.
Deputy? There's no signs indicating that it's a restricted area.
Authorized personnel.
Yeah, parking.
You're not authorized.
It says parking. I'm not parking, I'm on a sidewalk. There was no need for you to bring that out here. I know you want to seem cool or whatever, but I'm not a threat to you. You don't need to pepper ball, shoot me. Absolutely ridiculous. It says parking for authorized personnel only. This is parking. Doesn't say authorized personnel only in this area.
Well, actually, there wasn't any need to bring out the... And Sean owned it. He shortly left the building as he continued with his day. This time, we are heading from Etowah County to Nassau County, where Sean was illegally arrested.
It is what it is.
You're trespassing. You're being arrested for trespassing.
All right, no problem.
What does the Department of Health and Human Services have to hide? Where's the transparency for the people?
In August 20th, 23, Sean was kicked out of the Nassau County Social Services Department, but he decided to head back right next day. However, this time things didn't go as planned for the veteran auditor.
Officer Keller, good to see you again. I told you I'd be back. Captain?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Sir, here you go. You might want to read that.
What is
you're
this?
not allowed to video here.
Are you here
It's a
to
non-public
service?
forum.
You applying today?
Well, yeah, I'm here to conduct business, correct.
You're applying today?
Can I get your name and badge number? You weren't here yesterday.
Cowser, C-O-W-C-E-R.
I got you, Keller.
All right.
4223.
4223? Gotcha.
So nothing's changed. You're not applying today?
Well, I'm here to conduct business, constitutionally protected business, yeah.
Well, this is a non-public forum, so you can't record in here. As I said yesterday, okay?
I can record in here, for
No,
sure.
You cannot record in here.
I can.
So I'm giving you a lawful order that you can't. If you're going to continue to record, then...
What would I be arrested for, recording?
No, you're going to be trespassing.
Trespassing without breaking any laws.
Yeah, you are. Because it's a public welfare facility, like I told you yesterday.
So what is this? Is this a law?
I'm not going to get into it with you. Are you going to stop recording, or are you going to leave?
Just look at the state of these officers who was trying to trespass Sean from a public building. And that's when something shocking happened.
Can you tell me what this is?
Okay, stop. Stay and play back.
It is what it is.
You're trespassing. You're being arrested for trespassing.
All right, no problem.
That's why you're being arrested.
You guys are making a big mistake here.
Okay.
Trespassing is a violation. It's not even a crime in New York. It's not.
So you think?
I know the law in New York better than you. You guys are making a huge mistake here.
Listen, man, I told you, I gave you a chance. I'm trying to be
I was
cordial
trying.
with
No,
you.
you weren't.
Yes,
No,
I
you
was.
weren't.
Yes, I was.
No, you 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 weren't. I asked you what this paper was.
I
asked
told
you to
you
explain
yesterday.
This paper was.
I told you yesterday outside. It's going to be handled differently. You made the conscionable choice to come back here, walk
To
into the
exercise
lobby
my rights again.
recording
I told you I
again.
had business to
After
conduct here.
after I told
I
you
told you I
yesterday.
had business to conduct here. I'm here to apply for services.
You're not. I asked you on
I
camera.
did.
On camera.
I did.
No.
And I said I was applying for service.
No, you
I said
didn't.
I had
No,
business
you
to
didn't.
conduct
No,
here.
you didn't.
Okay, we'll
So,
see.
you can change
it's
it
on the
around.
camera. I'm
Yeah.
not changing
Yeah.
anything around.
I have it all covered.
I said I have constitutionally protected business to conduct here. That's what I told
Just
you.
like yesterday. Okay.
Yeah.
We're all good.
You didn't let me conduct my business yesterday. I was trying to go through the metal detector today. Did you not notice that? Because I was
why don't we
trying
do
to.
this?
Why don't
plead the fifth?
Yeah, why don't you do that? Yeah, because that's what you were told yesterday, right? So you want to quit back at it, right?
Sean didn't worry one bit about the arrest. He knew he would be let out in the next few hours, just as he had done several times earlier.
How do you feel it's public property? Because it's funded by taxpayer dollars, sir. That's why.
This property is not.
It is funded by taxpayer
This
dollars.
property is
You
not.
are an employee of You are an employee of the county of Nassau.
Yes, I'm an employee of Nassau County, but this is not county property.
But who pays? They lease this space through tax dollars, sir, meaning that it becomes publicly accessible.
Meaning Nassau County has nothing to do with this property.
So I'm just asking you, sir. You said this is private property. Okay.
All right. Yesterday, the property manager
Yeah.
stated if someone comes on this property and not handling county business, he wants them trespassed. Nothing to do with press.
But I said I was handling county business when I walked in here.
He asked you,
And I said I have business to attend to. I was trying to walk through the metal.
What were you applying for?
Sir, when I was going to apply for food stamps and cash assistance to see if see how that process goes.
So if you was going to do that, you didn't have to go through the metal detector because the applications are at the door.
But you have to speak to somebody.
No, you don't.
But nobody even helped me.
No,
when you walked out of the door, sir, when you walked out of the door, where was I?
In front of the metal detectors.
Because I wanted to go through the metal detector. So, was it different than when I came here yesterday?
Sean was locked inside the room with another security official who had no clue about the law, and the auditor continued to teach him the law.
On your own camera, and you started doing this. I was standing here. I'm the one that approached you first because I'm like, is this guy recording? So I came and stood behind you.
Are we talking about today or yesterday?
About yesterday first. Okay. So I stood behind you and I started seeing clients on your phone, and I walked up to you and I said, "You see this? You see it? Oh, what are you showing? You're showing me signs that don't mean anything."
They're not. They don't.
And that's on your thing.
I posted the video.
So today you come walking up again to the metal detector.
100,000 people have watched the video so far.
So no one knows, are you going through the metal detectors or not, because you did the same thing yesterday. You walked to the metal detectors and you have your phone out.
Well, you could ask me when I said I needed service.
When Officer Keller.
Where's the transparency for the people, for we the people, to check up in our government? Don't you think? Don't you think that our government should be transparent? Especially when this officer here is getting paid 6 figures.
Aren't you contradicting yourself? Because if you had applied for benefits, why are you talking about transparency and stuff like that?
Because it's transparency while you're applying for benefits as well, sir.
So you either hit apply for benefits.
No, you can do both, sir. You can do both. You can apply for benefits while holding your government accountable, and that's what I was planning on doing here today. And this officer here gets paid 6 figures every year, and we can't hold them accountable. Do you think that the people need more help, or that law enforcement needs to just keep getting richer and richer? He makes 6 figures with overtime, sir. Some officers make $250,000 with overtime, sir. Do you think that that's reasonable salary for we the people? Did you know that? Did you even know that there's officers that make 200? There's dozens of officers that make 200. Are you a resident of Nassau County, sir?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Did you know, as a resident, that there are over dozens of officers that get paid $250,000 of taxpayer money, sir?
Stop for a second. Do you know there's dozens and hundreds of officers making $50,000?
No, they start at 80. How could they make 50? Nassau County Police Department starts at 80.
Nassau County Police Department is the highest paid department in the country, and it's truly shocking to see how these cops fall short of basic legal knowledge.
Even though there's no expectation of privacy, you guys have a whole lot of cameras in here, so nobody complains about those. But if somebody said, "Hey, sir, I prefer not to be on your YouTube video," I would blur their face out. As long as they're not a public servant like you, I would blur their face out, because I have the capabilities to do that. So if somebody even emailed me or said, "Hey, sir, I really appreciate it if you don't put me on your on YouTube. I would appreciate that." I'd blur their face out, and we wouldn't have any problems.
But how would they know your email address?
Me on email.
How do they know to contact you when they're sitting in the lobby?
If I went through the metal detector and I had a pen or a belt or a watch, and I was secretly recording every single person in this facility here, and I went online and I spoke to the woman, and I was very cordial. I said, "Hey, what services do you offer to the public here?" and see how she treated me. And then I went left. You would never know I'm recording. And then I left, and I went home, and I published that video online on YouTube, Facebook, wherever.
Yes.
And I published that video. Would this law enforcement officer would he come to my house and arrest me? No, he wouldn't, because there is no charge for recording, so he couldn't do anything about it. So because I'm being honest, because I'm not surreptitiously recording in secret, because I'm being honest and I'm about my intentions to hold my government accountable, I'm in handcuffs with my freedom taken from me. But if I would have done it secretly, this officer would have had no authority to arrest me otherwise.
Even the officials were shocked to see Sean's profound knowledge of the law, as they were left dumbfounded and almost out of response.
Right now, do you know what it is to lose your freedom? Have you ever been arrested?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so you know what it is to lose your freedom, because it doesn't matter if you've done 10 years or 10 seconds. When you lose your freedom, it stays with you, and you lost your freedom, you're like less than an animal, right? I lost my freedom right now for a potential of maybe somebody that's on a domestic. You're hypothetical. What about me? What about my rights? What about my safety? What about my family? What about my well-being? What about everything that goes along with me losing my rights? for simply recording. But we're going to talk about a hypothetical person that may have been in here.
Actually, it's not hypothetical because I've been working for many years.
Can you loosen these a little bit?
I can.
Can I get
Just
up?
gotta give me a minute.
Okay. It's because they're really, you know. Sorry, man. I'm not trying to twist yours. It's alright, Killer put him on way too tight. Keep your hand on your back for now.
After a 20-minute wait, Sean was escorted to a police cruiser and taken to the station, where he quickly managed to secure his release.
Hold on, Sean, just take your hat off, buddy.
Stop.
The front one? Just hang it right.
Go to the right. Alright, sir. Best of luck to you, okay? Have a good night.
Sean was let out of prison in under an hour, and ever since then, he plans to file a civil rights lawsuit against the Nassau County. There's nothing quite like the sight of a corrupt cop getting what's coming to them. If these tales of justice served up hot and fresh brought you any satisfaction, go ahead and hit that like button. Drop a comment about the most deserved firing, and subscribe to keep the stories of comeuppance coming.